Boochow! 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 You are now listening to the Boochow Radio Podcast, episode 33. This is the Boochow 2012 Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boochow 2012 Awards, a very special episode indeed. I am your host, Gexup, and unfortunately, I do not have Amuya with me in this episode. However, I got a total of 4 special guests of the Boochow Radio Podcast, starring Cendoo.
A good point indeed, Mr. Up.
TMcBee.
Meh. Hi.
Slayer Master 009.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm excited to be on this episode.
And making his debut on the Boochow Radio Podcast, Crash Jack Finn 1994.
Hey.
Welcome everybody to this episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast. 2012 has finally come to a close, and we take time to reflect back at the highlights of the best times of gaming in the Boochow 2012 Awards. So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Excellent.
We are awake.
Man, I gave out so many invitations to everybody who wants to join up to the podcast, and I don't know, so many people couldn't make it, and I'm just happy that all you 4 made it to this episode, because we got to do this.
These time zones offer no middle ground. It's either too early or too late. Either way, somebody's snoring.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Amuya couldn't join us right now because, he left Japan the day after Christmas. So that means that he's officially moved out of Japan and he moved to America. I'm not going to tell you where exactly he moved to, just like I'm not going to tell you where I exactly moved to in America. Finally, Amuya, me, and High Wings has finally moved out of Japan, and ironically, I came back to Japan.
They're with us in spirit, Gex.
We'll be looking forward to see if they will show up on the other award show known as the Legit Animation Podcast. I mean, the Legit Animation Awards 2012, which is the Legit Animation Podcast, their own their own award show. Overall, what did you think about 2012? Let's start with T.McBee.
Thoughts of 2012 in terms of anything in media? I don't know. It seems like a mixed bag to me, especially even with gaming. It's like, I don't know. There wasn't anything that exciting for me. So this year, so hopefully for next year, it'll probably be better. I hope to God it'll be better.
Oh man,
So
I agree with you 100% because it could have been better.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna mention it in this award show and discuss about our ups and downs with the video game award. I mean, ups and downs with video games of 2012.
In terms of gaming, there were a couple of exciting ones, like Soul Calibur 5. I'm not too big a player on fighting games, but it's the game where people at Video Games Club at my school would play a lot. And there's also Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, but that's it really. There's not much to talk about.
The only game I really played this year that's new is Assassin's Creed 3, and I have to say that I don't play Assassin's Creed games for the Desmond story, because I can give 2 shits about the Desmond story. But, the Assassin story was pretty good, but that's all I can really say about this year. So,
Well, the world ended again. That was a bummer.
Oh my God, not this again. We mentioned this in the last year's award show. We're like, oh my God, 2012 is coming.
I didn't bullshit to begin with.
Oh
don't
man,
worry.
12 has already passed, dude.
Yep.
Actually, it was 12/21/12, as they said.
Oh goodness.
Whatever.
Yes.
112.
By the time it's 2013, this could be the end of it. People keep making all these predictions saying, "Oh, zombie apocalypse is coming," or "We're gonna face a corruption," or something like that. It's like, oh my
Or
God.
Y2K.
Stop watching too many
World
zombie
End.
movies.
I know. Walking Dead is too much for you.
over the top.
That's another thing I'm tired of. Zombies.
Gax, don't worry. We'll do a rant on Into the World one of these days. Anyway.
Dude, I've been seeing fucking Jehovah Witnesses since the Y2K problem. How many times do you think I'm tired of hearing the end of the world bullshit?
I thought you loved that song. I thought
This
you
is
loved that
the
song.
end of the world as we know it.
Actually, that was my high school graduation's class of the year song. They voted on.
I thought they were expecting like a little bit more. Like I would probably put in like "Good Riddance" from Green Day to be a good
Dude, I put
song.
Rush's 2112 for then.
Oh,
for that.
that was an interesting day because also the choir sung the Friends theme song. Video games, the big one for me this year was Persona 4 Arena. It's a weird game. It's like a cross between fighting games and visual novels.
All right,
Persona-
everybody. This is what we're going to do here on the Boochow 2012 Awards. We are not going to go through the video games we're not playing. We are not going to go through the video game releases of the month. We are not going to go through the video game topic of the day or the Drop and Control segment. And if we do have some time, probably we might read your mail. But anyway, we're just going to jump to the video games that we have in this Boochow 2012 Awards. It's divided into categories and also divided into acts. All right, we're going to do it like traditionally every single year. In the first act of the Boochow 2012 Award, we're going to go through the exclusive games of 2012. From Xbox 360 exclusive game of 2012 all the way to PC game of 2012. After that, we're going to go through the genres category. Then we were jumping from the action game of 2012 all the way to third-person shooter game of 2012. Then the third act, we will name the most disappointing / worst game of 2012 and the video game of 2012. All right, everybody. We're going to get this ball rolling and get this thing started. And we're going to go through this order. First be me, then TMcBee, then Cendoo, then Slayer Master, then Crash Jack. Oh man, that's such a long title. Can we just call you Crash?
You may, or you could call me CJF, whatever.
Okay, CJF. Then CJF, and then the cycle will repeat until we got someone who's going to join in later in this episode, which I'm praying that we have some more special guests who were invited that actually showed up. All right.
But no offense.
Yeah, it's just that we wanted you to be in the show. All right, now let's go start with the first category of the Boochow 2012 Awards. It is the Xbox 360 exclusive game of 2012, and the nominees are Alan Wake's American Nightmare, Dust, and Elysian Trail, Fez, Halo 4, Minecraft, Xbox 360 Edition, Trials Evolution, and The Witcher 2, Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition. All right. Does anybody has anything interesting to say about the Xbox 360 exclusives of 2012? Whoa.
I thought Halo 4 was the only exclusive that came out this year, but
surprisingly enough, we have this.
Yeah. I heard Halo 4 was pretty good, but I haven't even got my hands on it, so I don't know.
Okay, well, let me describe you about Halo 4. What stands out as its own is that it has a pretty personal story on Cortana. Because, the focus was always about Master Chief and what's he going to do. But now they're focusing on more about the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana, which is kind of weird, but at the same time, there's a purpose why they put Cortana as the main focus in the story now. But I'm not going to spoil it for those who have not tried it yet. However, I will not going to typically put it as game of the year. Xbox 360 game of 2012 is because the multiplayer is dumbed down. Oh my goodness. You can't. It's hard to find a shotgun and sniper rifle and to put in your selection. It's just that you have to play in a certain mode in order to obtain those awesome weapons. If you want a sniper rifle, you're going to have to play a sniper rifle game. It's just like the most quietest multiplayer match I've ever had.
Well, the thing I've heard is that they made Master Chief's character more, they put more character into him, because in the other games he's just a one-note character, so
He's a walking brick.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's just a walking killing machine, but in this game it seems like they put more character to him from what I've heard, so.
You know what's really surprising? After all this wait since, Alan Wake, they finally released a new DLC for this thing.
I hate DLC, so.
So do I.
I just wait for a Game of the Year edition to come out before I, get a game these days. That's why I'm waiting for Borderlands 2 to become Game of the Year, so.
What if it doesn't win Game of the Year?
Oh no, it's gonna come out as Game of the Year once all the DLC's complete. That's what they always do for these games. I don't know why.
Because actually, I know, because they win the award from a company that's owned by the game, people who made the game.
Yeah, exactly.
The Witcher.
Minecraft.
The Witcher. I played the first The Witcher. It's so massive. Is the second game like that too?
Yes, it is. But let me tell you something. The Witcher 2, believe it or not, is really comparable to the Fable series.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, I was just so happy to finally see that, that Fable style of gameplay, and I was just happy that it was actually done right. Nothing is disappointing. Choices actually matters, except it's not visibly, good or evil. It's just, it really alters the story. There's, some aspects where you're going to make a choice where it's going to be, you're with, your girlfriend Triss, or you're going against her by the end.
Yep. You know what? With RPGs, I kind of find it hard to believe that people call JRPGs RPGs, because there's really no role playing in them. You just level up and that's about it, and you just follow a linear story. So, I don't know. You really don't make any choices that impact the story or make any choices that affect your character. So.
Oh, Zookstar stopped by. He said that he's unable to make it because he ate a lot, and unfortunately he feels sick.
No.
Excuses.
Oh.
Excuses.
Our show's not against a little puke, is it?
Well, I hope he'll make it to the legit animation awards, though. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, Zookstar. All right.
Boochow.
But you know what's
better.
the biggest? Okay, you know what's the biggest surprise about the Xbox 360 exclusive of 2012 for me? Trials Evolution. Oh man, I really like this racing game, and it's really addicting as hell because it's just it's a 2.5D racing game, and all you have to do is to reach from point A to point B. But what's crazy about this game is the physics, because you could just leap up in the air, but somehow you might tremble down to the ground just because you can't land it properly and stuff. It's just and also the level variety in Trials Evolution was just mad insane that I absolutely love how wicked fun this game is.
I do remember what you're talking about. When I saw Trials Evolution, I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is that? And it's the motorcycle game. So yeah, I keep hearing that Trials Evolution was tough as hell, but so freaking addicting. That's basically.
I heard there's a pretty in-depth map making system in that game. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what was also a bigger surprise in Trials Evolution? Fez. Oh my goodness. Yeah. If I were doing the Platinum Platform Awards this year, this would definitely be the game that would make it to the final round. Because this game is 8-bit platforming fun. Well, I wouldn't say 8-bit, but 8-bit-like platforming fun. The sound effects, the feeling, the atmosphere, the gameplay, the love it has for retro gaming. Mm-hmm. It's just so lovable. But what makes it stand out above all the other 2D platformers is that you have the ability to rotate to a different perspective. Because if you're saying, you got to take a look at the gameplay, because it's really, really difficult to describe how does it work. But what you do is change the camera to a different perspective, but everything that's all the objects remains in 2D. So it's like if there's one platforming area that looks like it's impossible to execute a jump, all you have to do is just rotate the camera, and then you get to a different perspective in order to jump in order to make it through that platforming challenge.
Oh, okay. It kind of sounds a bit like Super Paper Mario, where you have to change you can change from 2D to 3D.
Oh,
but
yeah.
except But I think with this one, like with Fez, it kind of seems like it's more platforming wise. So at least you need to have an idea, like if you're going to make it to that jump or not. So at least there's a challenge to it.
Words cannot describe how really beautiful Fez is. I mean, like for everybody who has an Xbox 360, I highly recommend you to download Fez on the Xbox Live or Xbox Arcade, because oh my goodness, the more levels I play, mind-blowing it becomes. It's just like, I can't even believe that, this independent developer, I forgot the name of this guy, but it took him over 4 years to make this game.
I can believe that. I mean, gaming is really difficult to do on your own. And believe me, I'm studying game development, and you don't know how difficult design and programming is all at once.
Does anybody have anything interesting to say about Minecraft Xbox 360 edition?
I played the PC version a lot, and it just seems like the Xbox, when I played it, was just version 1.8, so I'm tired of Minecraft now. I played the crap out of it, but now I'm just sick and tired of seeing it, so...
I can tell you, I have a 3 and 7-year-old brother who are downright addicted to that.
All right.
Your old cousin was addicted to that a while back now.
One of my friends has played 1,000 hours of that game, so...
Oh, I can imagine. I even have a guy who dropped out of school because he couldn't stop playing Minecraft.
What?
Ugh, sad.
Oh
It's like World of Warcraft all over again.
Oh, yeah.
All you do is just dig around and find diamonds, and that's pretty much it. That's all I see in it. After you get all your diamond equipment, I don't see the point in playing after that. You can build shit.
You can build a skull fortress.
Oh yeah. I'm just sick and tired of seeing Minecraft now. I think it's overrated, but what can I do?
Yeah, not to mention that you got all this fanatics on the internet that will get mad at you for not putting Minecraft in your top 10s, especially if you put in a platformer list.
Well, what if you haven't
Minecraft's
played?
a sandbox game, not a platformer.
Is it a game? It seems more like a building tool.
And then these people put 10-hour videos on YouTube of playing Minecraft, and you're like, you expect me to watch you just dig around in dirt all day? No, thank you. I got other things to do.
Yeah, some people could actually watch that. I don't know. You don't know how people
these people have 1 million views on their videos. I'm like, what?
And it's mostly hateful stuff. It's like, why put this 10 hours? Why? Pourquoi?
Yeah.
Little one got addicted to those videos, and it taught him how to curse.
All right, out of the topic of Minecraft, we are going to, just like every award that we always do on each Boochow award show, we always have not only just one winner, but we also have runner-ups just to make things fair, okay?
Sure.
Yep.
All right, the winners of Xbox 360 exclusive game of 2012 are... Third runner-up, Halo 4. Second runner-up, Trials Evolution. First runner-up, Fez. And the winner is... It's not Minecraft. It's The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition. Oh, man. Last year, we were so pumped up to try out The Witcher 2. But unfortunately, it was a PC exclusive, and the game was too powerful to run on any of our consoles or in any of our PCs, and we had to wait for a long time to be released on consoles. And fortunately enough, it was released on the Xbox. It was fortunately enough released on Xbox 360 exclusively. The biggest treatment about the developers about The Witcher 2 is that if you own the original copy of The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings, they'll give you the Enhanced Edition for free.
Ooh. Huh. Now that's a pretty good deal there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, that was like a big treat. That's something that developers should take notes of knowing how to satisfy its customers instead of releasing freaking DLCs all the fucking time without giving us the full package, I
know. Just give me the full package. I don't want to spend $10 more after I buy the game,
Yeah, I mean, isn't $60 expensive enough?
Yeah. That is pretty expensive.
You can talk to we can go on about EA and Capcom doing that for days, but this is the
Ooh,
work ceremony.
we are saving that for the most disappointing / worst game of 2012.
I think I know. I have an idea of what you're going to choose, so. You made a whole episode about it, so.
Thanks for taking note on the previous episode of Boochow.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Now, the next person is TMcBee.
Okay, now we're going to head up to the Nintendo Wii games of 2012. Ooh, so look what we got here. First will be Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition, The Last Story, Mario Party 9, Pikmin 2, really? Oh, okay. Project 02 Wii Edition, Rhythm Heaven Fever, and Xenoblade Chronicles.
Now, I remember TMcBee kind of stuttered there when she saw Pikmin 2. Just to let you know, the GameCube Classic that's just jumped to the Wii. It's like re-released on the Wii.
Oh, and I didn't even know about that news, but okay.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate enough to say that the Wii itself is really dying out just because Nintendo's really focusing on their new hardware on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Notice that Nintendo gave into peer pressure and are keeping the same name.
I'm not really expecting any good titles coming out for the Wii next year, 2013, because it's gonna be discontinued soon. It's just like I don't know.
It's going to be shovelware that's going to be coming out.
Man. Let's go talk about like the Wii and think about like what was our impressions about how what it is now, because we had so much potential on the Wii console, and then unfortunately more than 50% of its library is just embarrassments.
Yeah, pretty much the whole Wii has shovelware, so 20 Cooking Mama games maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right about that. The biggest issue about the Wii is just that finally Nintendo got this third party support that they didn't get on the GameCube. But however, they over-abused the third party support by giving them so much freedom. And as a result, we got more than half of Nintendo Wii games that are just terrible. Think of how many non-Nintendo games on that system can actually match up to like many of the Nintendo exclusives on the Wii. What is it? Epic Mickey, Mad World, the freaking
No More
I
Heroes.
don't even remember. That's how forgettable most of the titles in the Wii on Nintendo.
No More
Wii
Heroes, dude.
Oh, No More Heroes. But don't forget that the sequels went to multi-plat, didn't it?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of just moaning and bitching about like how much the Nintendo Wii could have done more, let's go talk about the nominees here.
Okay.
Wii Bowling 2.
In the Boochow 2010 awards, we put Xenoblade Chronicles as the Wii game of 2012 just because it was released in Japan. Last year, we put Xenoblade Chronicles again in the in the Wii game of 2012 just because it was released in Europe. And this year, since it's finally released in America, it showed up on the best Wii game of 2012 for the third time in a row.
Yeah.
So in general, it's the best Wii game of all time in the Boochow.
Or RPG in that matter of fact. Yeah, I heard a lot of good reviews about that, and maybe I should grab a copy of that soon.
Oh, you should. I know that we were really bashing on this title, and in one of the episodes of the Boochow when we were doing the video game releases of the month, and surprisingly enough, one of the worst titles that we've ever heard has made it to the list, The Last Story.
Really?
Has anybody actually played any of these games in this list?
No.
No, not
Negative.
Unless if you're adding like Kirby's Dream Collection, which is like a compilation of like Kirby games from like for so many years, I could probably say half with Kirby.
Ditto.
So,
Well, I haven't played Mario Party 9, but they're all the same, right? So technically, I've played it.
One ever. It's like it's
No,
even
the
worse
worst.
than Mario Party 8.
Oh, well, if Amui was here, he would definitely describe to us what Rhythm Heaven Fever was all about. Because, it's actually his favorite music and rhythm game of 2012. and I can see why. I don't know anything else about it. So, moving on, TMcBee, take it away.
With the winners. So in third runner-up, we have Rhythm Heaven Fever. And then in second runner-up, we got The Last Story. And then first runner-up, Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition. Woo! And for the winner of the game of Nintendo Wii of 2012 is, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Finally, third time's the charm.
Just like Okami.
Even though it was released exclusively in Japan, for the longest time the North American audience wanted this game to be released in North America, and again, Nintendo of America denied this game, saying that it's gonna fail commercially, it's gonna fail in the market and all that stuff. And you know what? They were wrong. People still have faith for JRPGs, and finally we got in here in North America. Surprisingly enough, it blew our minds away. I know I played this in Japan earlier, but
Yeah, I absolutely agree, because I had a lot of people, like including friends and whatsoever, just complaining about we want more Japanese RPGs, and they love Japanese RPGs. They think RPGs like made in Japan or anywhere or whatsoever are just a hit or miss. It's either they're just okay or decent or just completely terrible.
All right, now let's move on to the next one. Cendoo, it's your turn.
Okay, Dr. Up. PlayStation 3 exclusive games of 2012. Okay. Journey, Okami HD, Ratchet & Clank Collection, Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault, twice. Jak and Daxter Collection, PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, and Starhawk, and Twisted Metal.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
No, you read well, yeah. Anybody have something to say? Hello?
Wait a minute. We're going to have another special guest who's coming along. Everybody, welcome Sharp. His first debut here on the Boochow Radio Podcast.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in a bad spot. I'll go move.
So should we just call you back later on until you get things fixed up?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, he's going to come back soon. Anyway, does anybody have anything interesting to say about the PlayStation 3?
It just seems like there's a lot of HD collections out there on this list.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I was expecting a little more exclusives for this time around than, HD collections. Not that I have nothing against it still. Like, I kind of wanted a few more.
I don't see why people buy HD collections when you can just Amazon and buy the actual game for the actual system for like 1 cent.
Well, I think
because it's upscaled.
It all looks the same to me.
Well, not only that, but I think people just never may not have the original consoles that were originally released for it, so they would play the HD version. So I know I played Okami on the PlayStation 2, but I finally tried it for the PlayStation 3, and I actually like that experience a little bit more. So I don't know.
Not to mention, another reason why people got the HDs is because trophies.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're into that,
but
awards and whatnot.
But Ratchet and Clank already had that with their skill points.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest,
More rewarding.
I'm a sucker for trophies.
Yeah, just like most of Xbox users are a sucker for achievement points and stuff.
I used to be a sucker for achievements on Xbox until I realized it was just a waste of time. I wasn't getting anything out of it. Just, people just see, oh, this guy doesn't have a life. Oh, man. Stay away.
Numbers.
I think it's kind of funny that most people think that they have more credibility of becoming a gamer just because they have more trophies than other people per se.
Some things do it right. When I was playing Assassin's Creed 2 on this thing that's kind of like Steam, like the points, achievement things you got on there, you could actually spend them and buy stuff for the game or like wallpaper, like upgrades on the game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool.
I got all the trophies on Walking Dead, by playing the game.
Did you get
go
them
through-
in style?
Welcome back, Sharp.
Thanks. Yeah,
Howdy.
you go through the story, and you get a trophy every time you complete a cutscene.
Yeah, I don't know what really else to say except, more HD versions. That's basically, and collections. That's basically it.
Remember in the forums, like people were all like really complaining about like the freaking errors and bugs that the Ratchet and Clank collection was facing. Is it really as problematic as what most of our fans are complaining about?
No,
I'm not sure exactly.
I don't have a PlayStation 3, so
I managed to play through all 3 games just fine.
Really? Even like with the cinematic bugs, I heard there were like bugs in the cinematics too. Like
here's this bug that stands out on some of the cutscenes. When Ratchet meets Quark in Gorda City, right where Quark says, "Or my name's not Steve." His eyes are completely white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of that, and I'm like,
That-
dude, that is freaking creepy. Where's his pupil? For God's sakes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not a bug. Maybe they were just trying to show that he had an empty thought. He was
I
feeling.
have one thing that's worse.
Unanimated.
Ratchet's eyes flew to the back of his head during a cutscene and then came back.
what?
I mean, it's not too bad. I've only had it freeze on me a couple times, and I hate how in cutscenes Ratchet's helmet is like 2 times the size of his head.
Yeah, that kind of bugs me.
That was pretty weird.
What was that one game that everybody in the on the PlayStation 3 were praising to death? That is Journey. Has anybody played Journey yet?
I've
I
never
don't
heard of
think
it.
I've heard of
Explain
it. I never got to play it.
Oh man, if Raggedstar was here, she'll be telling you how much this game was the best thing she's ever played in all year long, and I can see why. The art design. Well, I couldn't even follow what the story was going on because there was a lot of things that were really confusing at times. But the art design, the progression of the game, and the experience itself, the atmosphere. This is just like a breath of fresh air to see how beautifully massive this game was. And upon its release, a lot of people were predicting that this game was going to be commercially failed. But no, a lot of PlayStation 3 owners actually gave the Journey a chance. And then it became one of the most successful downloads that ever was on the PlayStation Store. Right now, IGN is even though I fucking hate IGN, I have to agree with them here. They actually put this game here as Game of the Year 2012.
Huh.
Wow.
Not saying that the Journey is going to be Game of the Year 2012, mind you, but I'm just saying that out of all the picks that IGN has fucking made in this year, that one is the one that I really actually accept them for actually using their brains for once for the sake of choosing a game that actually has quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
thought Journey was well. I've only played the demo, so I thought it the art style is great. I just couldn't really get into the platforming, or the controls. I found it to be a little bit confusing for me.
It's a lot more than what most people easily judge this game by first sight, because it is meant to be experienced, not just be played, to be experienced. All you have to do is just look at the artistry of this game. You can even put this in a freaking museum, an art gallery, and still people come by and say that this is art. I haven't said a game and art in a long time, since Limbo and when I talked about the Oddworld Quintology. Yeah. That's how much praise I'm giving this game.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation 3, so I can't really say much.
I'll tell you one thing, guys. I was looking forward to see a freaking trailer of Jak 4, and fuck no, they didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought they were going to do. I was like, oh, they're going to follow in Sly's footsteps and put a trailer if you beat all the games or 100% of them, but nope.
Man, it was just like that collection was its last chance to see if there's any Jak fans that are still into the series. And, I bought this first day. I bought this first day when it was released just for the sake of supporting anything that has the Jak and Daxter collection and finally get Sony out of their asses and say, come on, it's time to release Jak 4. But no! They just had to release a collection because Ratchet & Clank is having their collection coming out later in this year.
Yeah.
I don't know,
So we're
man.
obviously gonna get a-
I don't know, actually. I mean, the story seemed to end pretty solidly on Jak 3. How could they
No.
continue it, really?
No! You
Not
get-
in Gexup.
They proclaimed Jak as Mar. You have all the opportunity to further the adventure out of freaking Haven City, out of the freaking Dark's realm or anything like that, or the spiritual realm. Oh man, where can I describe how much of a big improvement the Jak 4 could have been over Jak 1 through 3?
Yeah, but remember when Jak 3 came out? They were advertising it from the beginning as the final in the story.
Bullshit. They had Jak
I
X.
am your father.
Jak X is a spin-off.
Dude, it even furthers like what we're gonna see soon in Jak 4. Crew's daughter. She turned out to be the villain at the end.
Oh, what a shock.
Yes. So you had the perfect opportunity to have like a crime boss against you.
Oh, whatever.
Yes. I have
Hey,
all
actually,
the defenses I got against your claims about Jak 3 being the end of all stories.
Actually, one thing I want to ask, in the collection on the first Jak and Daxter game, did they fix that bug with the gambler's time?
Oh, was there a bug in that?
I
I did
don't
not
know.
even get that.
Well, it's the reason there's 101 power cells in the game. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
That's one power cell you cannot get if you trigger it. You know the gambler, the time thing in the second world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, talk to him, accept the mission. If you if you try it, if you don't beat the time, and then instead of trying again, you go back and talk to him, then it'll glitch and you cannot get that power cell.
Really?
Oh,
I,
wow.
Yes.
I never even got that at all. So
Yeah,
I
when the first game was out, we were like so into it. We went to the website and checked the Q&A, and that was talked about a lot.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I can't say I triggered that bug though. When I messed up the time, I just went right back and tried again.
But you know what's surprising?
Tomatoes.
I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not bullshitting you. I don't know why. I think they actually fixed this problem. They actually decreased the difficulty for Jak 2.
You think so?
Really?
Really?
Think about it.
I thought it was just better.
No, listen here. When I make the top 10 hardest missions of Jak 2, I broke my controller because I've been replaying the hardest missions that I saved. Just for the freaking sake of replaying them and putting myself in a live recording and spending hours upon hours trying to beat that thing. And surprisingly enough, the number of times I died in the missions, there's some of the missions that I played again that I didn't die.
I
Really?
think I know the reason for
Well,
that.
maybe
No,
you're
no,
just
no.
old.
But
You're
when
calmer. You're
when I
older.
jump
You're
to
better at the game.
No, listen. But when I jumped to playing Jak 2 on the PlayStation 2, surprisingly enough, it was harder than actually playing it on the collection.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I know why that is. Because they said in like an interview when they had to make the HD collection, they actually had to redo some of the AI because Naughty Dog basically, when developing the Jak and Daxter games, cheated the system into thinking certain things, and so some of the AI acted harder than it should have been. So when they had to make the HD collection, they had to completely renew everything and try to kind of make it like Naughty Dog's design. So possibly when they had to redo all that, it screwed up the AI, and now it's just not as hard.
Really?
Because
Jak
they were telling me, they were saying how Jak 1, you know how Jak's like really animated, like when he's walking out of water, he like prances around, or he just has a bunch of different expressions and movement. They said that Naughty Dog, when they did that, it wasn't in their engine's code to be able to do so. They actually had to trick the system somehow, and so that's why it took so long to make, and that's why they had such a problem making Jak 1 and Jak 2 and Jak 3, because they actually had to redo some of their designs.
Oh, wow. Maybe that's why they're having such a difficult time doing Jak 4. I don't know. We'll just...
Because I did the pier mission where all those Crimson Guards are, and I beat it in less than 2 shots because none of the Crimson Guards attacked me.
Where's the challenge in that? Where's the challenge in that? But anyways.
Yep. Oh, I'm surprised that nobody went to the subject yet because we waited for the longest time. I'm speaking as a Sony fan here. Well, we waited for the longest time for actually this thing to happen. And what I'm talking about is having a crossover of all the Sony franchises into one fighting game that is equivalent to Super Smash Bros. And that is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Long title, but great game.
Yeah.
I was looking at gameplay for that game. And I don't know. To me, it looks fun, but just some of the characters look out of place. Like, you got freaking, what's his name? Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal fighting, like, all these other guys. I'm like, what? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think Sweet Tooth kind of ruins the picture
So
there.
wait,
It's like
Jigglypuff.
clowns, some cute and violent characters.
With Smash Bros, it's an exception. These characters fit perfectly, but with, like, Sony, it's, like, kind of hard to get those characters to fit with each other. I don't know. It just looked kind of out of place to me, but it looks like a fun game nonetheless.
New challenger, Metal Gear Solid versus Jigglypuff. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played the newer Smash Bros. Game, but like Melee I've played Melee to death, so that one kind of fitted with characters. I don't know.
But what I like about PlayStation's All-Stars Battle Royale is that they're not focusing about taking people off the screen, but instead they're trying to remain all the players in the game. And they added an HP system where it's like what matters is how much damage you're depleting against their health bar, which is what most fighting games are most known for.
I thought it was kind of confusing at first, like in terms of like the super attacks or whatsoever. And I think that was the major complaint that a lot of reviewers and people had. Is just they wanted to knock people off the stage. They wanted to have it sort of like Super Smash Brothers a bit. But I think with PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, they wanted to take it to a different take. So it's sort of a mixed bag. Like, I think it's okay in some places, and other times it's like, it's kind of losing its charm. Like, I think I was expecting more modes and variety. It seems like there's only kills and time limits, and maybe I was expecting a little bit more to it. Even like level stages. Like, the level stages were amazing in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Like,
yeah.
Those are the ones and I wanted more of that. So.
And TMcBee, you nailed it. This game should have had more variety besides multiplayer and single player mode.
Definitely.
Yeah, and even the single player felt a little mundane too. Like, it's like you got time limit rounds with these characters, time limit round with these characters, and then all these characters then killing match, and it's like.
Well, single player is more like a testing ground for you to get used to whatever character you want to play as.
Yeah.
Games at home is a multiplayer game.
Hey guys. Remember in that episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast where we were talking about...
Actually, I know what you're talking about, Gexup.
Remember we were talking about the video game mascots, and I said, what was the video game mascot for PlayStation 1? People said Parappa the Rapper. I said no. They said Crash Bandicoot. I said no. And then they said, how about Spyro? I said it wasn't the first video game mascot. It was Polygon Man.
Yeah, I was looking at gameplay for that. I was like, what? They brought him in the game?
Yeah, he was the final boss, and it just blew my mind that Sony remembered this freaking scary character. That was the reason why PlayStation 1 was unsuccessful in 1995 through 6. And then they needed, like, Final Fantasy 7 to actually come into the picture and sell all those PlayStation 1s. Oh, but you know what's really satisfying about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale? It's just that even though they don't have the old school Spyro and Crash, which I would really love to see.
Yeah, I don't think they can get those characters in because they're not owned by
But I
Sony.
was really satisfied to see that Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly made it to this game because it's just like, it would so be incomplete if they didn't put it in here. And I'll be really upset if they didn't do it. But would it be so hard to ask to put more characters from that franchise in this game? I mean, like, it seems like PlayStation's All-Stars Battle Royale only has one character per franchise in this entry. While when you compare it to, like, Super Smash Brothers, you got, over 5 Mario characters, over 4 Zelda characters, And, it's just like...
Pretty much everything else is 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's just 1 or 2. It's just like, oh, man, they should have had more. But...
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing here is I think they expect this game to get a sequel, so they're kind of trying to just have the least amount of stuff they can put in for the first game, which I think is a missed opportunity, because they should have just hit hard and hit fast, and then if it worked, they should have just improved on it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think they're playing it safe, and they're just like, okay, we'll put 1 character from each franchise, which I kind of like, because, honestly, if you play as Star Fox, you're playing as Wolf, and if you play as Wolf, you're playing as Falco.
Yeah.
In Smash, they're like clones. So this way you have a nice diversity of every character.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of the first Smash Bros. Game. That game didn't have much variety, so they're probably playing it like that. And then when Melee came out, they threw all this variety at us, so they're probably going to do that for the sequel, so...
And then Brawl had less variety.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Cendoo, take it away, my friend.
Take it away and solve the school lunch problem with spam. All right. You want me to read the winners, you said? Winners. 3rd runner-up, Jak and Daxter Collection. Not bias. 2nd runner-up, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Okay. And 1st runner-up is Journey. And the winner is... the Ratchet & Clank Collection. Dun dun dun.
Well, I know it's going to be pretty controversial amongst the Jak and Daxter versus Ratchet & Clank fans. The reason why we put Jak and Daxter Collection in 3rd runner-up is because we waited for a freaking long time for a trailer. They could have had the perfect opportunity to release a Jak 4 trailer, but they didn't do it.
Did the Ratchet & Clank Collection have a trailer?
However, the reason why the Ratchet & Clank Collection, when this PlayStation 3 exclusive of 2012 is, they brought back my favorite multiplayer game of the PlayStation 2. And probably one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time, because, you can't play this online on the PlayStation 2 anymore because they closed it down. But fortunately enough, I was so happy that Insomniac, they brought back this forgotten multiplayer, and they did not change a single thing. I freaking love playing the Sage mode. I freaking love the team deathmatches and the variety of maps that's just mind-blowing. I mean, for God's sake, you can do a gravity boot match in a freaking room, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's just like the map variety is insane. The weapon variety and the NPCs in your army to defend your grounds, it's just like, wow. I haven't even seen a single multiplayer game to this day that actually did what Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal accomplished. And not to mention that, of course, do I have to mention it? Ratchet & Clank is my favorite video game series of all time. And then when they put a collection there to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the series, it's just like, this is great. And unfortunately, too bad Full Frontal Assault couldn't live up to the glory days of the Ratchet & Clank games, not to mention the Future series, because, I don't know, it just turned into a tower defense game all of a sudden.
But surprisingly, I thought I had, but you know what, I played that quite a couple of times, and you know what, I think I liked Full Frontal, I didn't it's not the best Ratchet & Clank game I've ever played, but, at least it's fun, and, $20 price for a game, that's not bad, but yeah.
All right, so I guess we can move on to the next category. It is Slayer, it's your turn, my friend.
Nintendo DS games of 2012: Pokemon Conquest, Pokemon Black version 2, and Pokemon White version 2. So yeah, we got a very impressive list of DS games here. Very impressive.
Pokemon.
This
There's nothing wrong with Pokemon, man. It's
Pokemon. Bazooka,
That's it.
Pokemon.
I mean, this category should have been Best Pokemon Game of 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What gives, man?
Oh, man.
So, what can we say about Pokemon? You try to catch them all.
Nice pun. All right. Next, let's name the winner.
All right, the winner is Pokemon Black version 2. So,
the reason why we choose Black version 2 is because we don't want to be accused as racist. So, screw you, White.
Really? Because
Yeah.
because White had the triple battles, Black had the rotation battles, and everyone likes the triple better. Whatever.
You actually are nerdy enough to actually know that, Cendoo.
Yes, I am. That'll be $10.
Well, Pokemon's fun and all, and well, it's all the same thing to me, but it's still fun, just to catch Pokemon and all that. So
Oh, why didn't you
I
just-
haven't played a Pokemon game since Emerald. I just got burned down on it.
A lot of
Yeah.
people put like these two as one game in lists, Black and White too.
Black and
Never
White too.
played.
No. They're going to be sued by freaking Peter Molyneux if they put Pokemon Black and White.
What's Peter Molyneux got to do with it?
yeah, Peter Molyneux can just shut the hell up. I'm tired of hearing him, his voice.
Peter? Who Peter?
This is the greatest RPG we have ever made. It's better than Pokemon.
Well,
you guys.
All right.
Squeakiest Cartman ever.
All right. Next category.
all
All
right.
right. CRJ, it's your turn.
It's CJF and Nintendo 3DS game of 2012. New Super Mario Bros. 2, Paper Mario Sticker Star, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, and Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D.
Snake Eater.
Oh, come on. You had to make fun of that. That was the most atmospheric moment of the whole entire game when he was climbing up the ladder.
Yeah,
And yet you saw that as making fun of it. I mean, I saw that as a tribute to it, but
One of the best
Whatever.
boss fights ever.
Okay,
it's an
never mind.
honorable tribute.
So, unfortunately, Nintendo 3DS games of 2012 is unimpressive compared to last year's. Ugh.
liar.
What do you mean liar? Tell me what other games do we have here? Is there
Right.
any of these 4 games that's actually better than The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D?
No, I don't even care about Ocarina
Where's
of Time.
3D Tetris?
I don't know. All of them. I mean, I never really gave into the hype of Ocarina of Time.
Does anybody have anything interesting to say about the Nintendo 3DS games of 2012?
Yeah,
Since I don't own
Well,
a
I don't
3D.
see why Square can't just give the Kingdom Hearts fanboys the third game already. So
yeah, come, yeah.
Where
Well,
is it?
I'm
You follow the storyline. You got a couple prequels. Technically, some of them
Yeah,
took place
I-
after 2.
Why
and
do
actually-
you
I have
time
a-
travel now?
I have a friend
in my
that's into Kingdom Hearts big time, so I hear it a
Well.
lot from him.
Technically, Kingdom Hearts 2 was the third in the right one because Chain of Memories was in between them.
So no numbers doesn't even matter anymore.
They never
Seems
did.
like- Series.
They only.
Man, this
Yeah.
should have been Kingdom Hearts 3 if they took out the D.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Hee hee hee. No
Game was fun,
D's.
the
You get
story
an
was
F.
so dynamic. Why is there time travel in my Kingdom Hearts?
Why
I
is there
don't
time
know.
travel in a lot of games?
Kingdom Hearts 3D is not nowhere as good as what we were all expecting. I don't know. I feel like
It's a
I'm
fun
really
title.
underwhelmed about buying the Nintendo 3DS other than just like getting the Game Boy games on the virtual console for that system. But other than that, that's just
But you know what? And talk about like Kingdom Hearts 3D. To give it credit, it is possibly one of the most like beautiful games on the 3DS. Just to give it that credit.
Yeah.
But you know what? The problem is I can't get into the story. Like, it's just confusing as hell. So, even though I don't have a 3DS, but, look through reviews and, clips, you know what? I gotta go with the Paper Mario Sticker Star. Like, I keep hearing some good stuff about it. So, I didn't play it, but you know what? I'm a fan of the franchise. So, I think I would probably stick to that one. Like, if somebody said, like, they have a 3DS and they'll just give it to me. And if they have this game, I'm like, I would probably give that game a shot. And I think maybe, I heard there isn't really that much, too many innovating stuff. Like, they brought the RPG back, which was pretty good. And I did like it in the first game on the N64. Though I'm not too sure how they do the whole sticker thing in the RPG segment. So I don't know how that's going to be like. So hopefully I play it one day.
But you guys
and that's
know.
yeah, I'm really buzzed with this part. Like, I really have, since I haven't played it yet, there isn't that much I can say about it.
But you guys know that Paper Mario is a JRPG.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but a good one, though.
Oh my.
But a good one, though. It's a good one. At least it's not like...
Self-contradiction.
I've never played Paper Mario, so I can't judge.
I won't go against any of what your guys think because I've only played Kingdom Hearts 3D.
since
Who's
we're
the winner?
conflicted about like what should be the winner.
Gexup
3D
is the guy who played the 3DS.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't own
I guess the
3DS,
only one that made me satisfied is actually this one. All right.
Oh
The
no!
winner is
Oh!
Metal Gear
Oh my
Solid.
God! He finally made it!
Who made it?
SuperWorldJumper!
Huzzah!
Howdy.
Hello.
SuperWorldJumper, welcome back. I was worried that you were not going to make it in this episode.
I was afraid too. So are we doing the Boochow or the
The
what are we doing?
Boochow.
It's Boochow.
Yeah.
SuperWorldJumper, do you live in the forest?
Yes, yes.
If so, how is your Wi-Fi?
Oh, it's surprisingly strong out here.
Okay.
I was CJF here.
Okay, CJF. Read the winner of 3DS Game of 2012.
The winner for 3DS Game of the Year is dun 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 dun. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D.
It's not as good as to freaking Subsistence, which is the best version of Metal Gear Solid 3. But what it is actually better than all the other Nintendo 3DS games of 2012. Heck, even New Super Mario Bros. 2 was disappointing in comparison to the original one on the original DS.
But the original one wasn't that good.
Played
It was
crap
too
out of it.
easy.
I owned it.
Yes, I
too-
agree. It was too easy. But moving on. All right,
You-
SuperWorldJumper. Before we get to the next award after 3DS Game of 2012, can you take a look at the other winners and tell us what you think of our progress so far? What do you think about our progress so far?
I think it's good. I like the winners for the PlayStation, the Ratchet and Clank collection. Don't you just hate yourself that the Sly Cooper game got postponed to next year?
Damn, I forgot to mention that.
Well, you can mention it in your Platinum Platformers Award again. Even though it's the same gag, it'll be even funnier the second time. You could do it even more extravagant, like jump off a cliff or something.
Just to let you know that I'm continuing gaming in the 90s because my winter break is so short. So, PPAs is canceled this year. Sorry.
Aww.
I understand. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. Super
Pretty
World
understandable.
Jumper. Wait. It's Sharp's turn. It's Sharp's turn next. Sharp,
Wait, what do I do?
you are a PlayStation Portable Game of 2012.
Thank
What
you.
an honor.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's
I'm a video
shocking.
game.
It's shocking that they still make games for this system.
Shocking
I
that
know.
they still make PS2 games.
PlayStation 2 is awesome.
Yes, it is.
All right, Sharp. Read off the list, my friend.
PlayStation Portable Game of 2012. We have Velocity, the runner-up, and we have Gungnai, and then we have Ground Lancer, Wafer of Time, and the winner is Ground Lancer, Wafer of Time.
Yes. Do we have anything to say about this?
Open Gangi
unfortunately.
style.
Well, I bought a
No.
PSP this year, and I've been enjoying it.
Oh, yeah? So,
Yeah. The only game I bought for it's Phantasy Star Portable, and that's not a game that's been released this year. But hey, I'm enjoying the PSP. So
all right. Super
Where's
World
my-
Jumper.
Or as my brother likes to call it, the psp.
the PSP.
That's how I like to call it the psipit.
No.
Okay. PlayStation Vita Game of 2012. And the nominations are Assassin's Creed 3, Liberation, Blaze Blue, Continuum Shift Extend, Gravity Rush, Hot Shots Golf World Invitational, Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, Mod Nation Racers Road Trip, Mortal Kombat 9, Persona 4 Golden, Rayman Origins, Resistance Burning Skies, and the winners.
Wait. We need to mention it. We need to talk about the nominees.
Okay.
Because this was the big one.
Yeah. I got to say, the PlayStation Vita, hey, Super World Jumper, remember we were talking about portable games when on your debut on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, we were all hesitant to see that the PlayStation Vita was not going to be successful. But fortunately enough, not only it's successful in terms of sales, but also the launch titles of this system was fucking amazing. I couldn't believe that we got this number of games that were released after the system was launched. You know, usually if we want to get this many games once the system is launched, we have to wait for over a year. But no, PlayStation Vita, they just, Sony just jumped right through and said that, we want you to enjoy your to have the portable gaming experience. We want you to have the graphics of the PlayStation 3. And for that, we're going to give you this variety of games, and they're freaking amazing. I couldn't even believe how happy I was to actually bought a new system that was just released, and then we had all this great variety of games just released this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
well, the
I agree.
idea of the Vita sounds like something like Nintendo would do, where it's just like a bigger screen or something, and you think they would just like test out new IPs. You didn't think they'd actually try.
Persona!
Uh-oh, it's Cendoo going over again on Persona. All right, let's give him an hour.
No thanks.
I'll go make a sandwich.
Ah, dear. I don't have a Vita, but my older brother does, and he got golden. Ooh. They did add a lot. They did fix a lot of like the one big problem I had with the first game, which was 3 months passing near the end of it. Oh, and they added more cutscenes and social events. Yay, I'm happy about that. Okay, someone else talk now.
SuperWorldJumper, did you get yourself a PlayStation Vita this year?
Yes, I did.
All
I got
right,
one, earlier this year, in about April.
So what games
Okay.
did you get, man?
Well, the first game I got, and then the only game I got was Uncharted, the Golden Abyss. That was fun. For Christmas, I got Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. I haven't played it yet, though.
Wow. Oh,
What?
man.
What's so funny about that?
Because you haven't played it yet, and you had a new PlayStation Vita game for the Vita.
Well, I got lots of games for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
I got about 6 games. I also got PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and yeah, it's not 6 was Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. Okay. Are the games on the list just the exclusives for the Vita, or is it also the cross? Never mind.
It's just like what just came out for the Vita for 2012. Most of these here are exclusive, but if it's PlayStation Vita, well, with the exception of Rayman Origins, which came out last year, it's just like finally it's been re-released for this system for this year, so we just put it in the list.
Yeah.
Hey, look, another collection.
Well, actually, with there's actually there's Gravity Rush, which is exclusive to Sony. So at least I like how there's like a new, original IP for that. Yeah, thank you. So I probably wouldn't mind trying Gravity Rush, since I keep hearing that it has a few hiccups in terms of its gameplay, but like it's addicting, and it also has an art style too. So like I know I'm not gonna get a Vita like right now, or probably never, just because I'm not crazy about handhelds. But if somebody had that game, including a Vita, it's like, hey, can I try that, man? I'll try it. So
Go on, Gex, let her try.
no, I'm done.
Mortal Kombat 9. That one's, When did I didn't know they were going by numbers this whole time.
I'm putting it 9. I'm not going to call it Mortal Kombat and just forget about the original that came out in 1992.
Yeah.
Did you actually count 9 titles, or is that just a general?
It's
No, that's
9 in the main series.
Oh, action show.
I like the idea what they did with PlayStation All-Stars, where if you get the PlayStation 3 version, you get the PSP Vita version for free.
Yeah, that's actually
Yes,
a great deal.
That's a genius way to market things for the Vita.
It's called cross-buy, and they're doing it with a lot of games. I'm really excited for it. 3 ones that they're doing that they advertised are Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and Sly Cooper Thieves in Time when it comes out in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Also, kind of a
So
cool
I'm-
thing that Cat from Gravity Rush is going to be in All-Stars soon for DLC.
Yeah, hopefully when that's gonna happen. They promised that like 2 weeks ago, after the release, and it's like, where is it now? Like, where is it?
But at least it's free.
It's free. Yeah, true.
I opened this.
I haven't even seen it out yet.
Let's go talk about the winners. Take it away, SuperWorldJumper.
Okay, the winners of PlayStation Vita game of 2012. Fifth runner-up, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Fourth runner-up, Hot Shot Golf World Invitational. Third runner-up, Gravity Rush. Second runner-up, Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita. First runner-up, Rayman Origins. And the winner is Persona 4 Golden.
Dude, you guessed like a girl.
Just after hearing that, it's like, oh!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god. Cendoo, I would really like to see a top 10 of your favorite games of all time and put Persona 4 as your favorite of all time.
Number three. I'm telling you now.
Okay. So, Cendoo, are you satisfied that Persona 4 is the winner?
Yeah, I would have put it at least also 3 also runner-ups, but whatever.
I would have put Rayman Origins predictably as the winner, but it's not the same experience as to playing it on consoles where you have your family playing it with you.
Have you even played Persona 4?
Yeah, I did.
Did you jump?
No.
Well, I got a little taser, so I can fix that.
Okay, now let's go to the next category. It is another new entry since the last one was a new entry PlayStation Vita game of 2012. Now we have a new entry. It is Nintendo Wii U game of 2012. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna read off this list. I'm gonna get somebody else done. Hey, you, come over here. Come here. You motherfucker! I can't believe you got me out of retirement for this shit. What the fuck is this? Oh, hey everybody. I'm Joe motherfucking Pesci. Now, you might remember me from the fucking Home Alone movies and the freaking Goodfellas movies. Hey, who's laughing? You think I'm funny? You think I'm funny? That's right. Anyway, what the fuck is this? Nintendo Wii U game of two? Is this some kind of sex joke? No, seriously. No, I am not fucking kidding. You're telling me that this is a fucking video game. The fucks that I have to deal with every day. I came out of fucking retirement for this. God, what the hell is this? New Super Mario Brothers U. What? What does U mean? Well, whatever. Now what? Nintendo Land? Why don't you want to go to Disneyland instead? Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. I feel like I will need to do a shaving since I grew myself a beard. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Wait, video games have armor now? What the hell is going on in this world? And Super Squibblenauts Unlimited. Yeah, I'm out of here.
I can't believe you didn't make an NES joke with Ninja Gaiden 3.
That dude is my role model.
So, what do you guys think about Nintendo Wii U game of 2012?
It's okay for now, but but let's hope for 2013 for Wii U and hope to see better games, because I did try the Wii U at a friend's house, and I tried Nintendo Land. It's not really a fun game to play by yourself. You should play with other people. And New Super Mario Brothers U, it's basically New Super Mario Brothers Wii, just with better visuals. It has a lot more color and a bit more color and personality. Even though I've heard there's still fun in it, but I just don't like the controls on the Wii U pad. I find it very slippery.
Well, I will have to say that at least that the touchscreen is actually interactive towards the gamepad to the console to the television screen to make gaming with everybody in the living room actually feel very suitable.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the touching pad. It is pretty good too. Even though this game isn't out yet, but I did try the demo for Rayman Legends. Mm-hmm. On the Wii U, and surprisingly, I enjoyed that a lot more than Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Brothers U.
Wow.
They got your nice U on them.
Your Marios,
In the new Mario game, there's a suit that makes you eat nuts and then you turn into a squirrel. So that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a flying squirrel.
I'll tell you what makes... I was really afraid that Super Mario Brothers U is going to be the exact same game as New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Just like what was the main problem about New Super Mario Brothers 2 on the 3DS? It's just that one big thing that makes it stands out as its own legit title is that since you had the gamepad feature, you know, the player who uses the gamepad actually has the ability to actually create platforms, stop moving objects, and even destroy enemies with just the touch of the screen. And that actually fixed a lot of difficulty. But unfortunately, even the people just like New Super Mario Brothers Wii, the person who's also having the gamepad can also screw you over by creating traps or tricking you by standing on a platform and make you fall to your deaths.
Yeah, actually, one good thing I heard about the game was it's actually a lot harder than newer Mario games, which I like, because most Mario games I can beat in like a few sittings and not lose any lives for a long time.
Yeah, it was pretty. Even like playing Super Mario Brothers U was pretty difficult to do. Like I even try, and usually I'm really good with Mario games, and all of a sudden, like I'm like falling to my death, and it's like, what the hell, man? This is bullshit.
You shouldn't be dying in a Mario game.
Like I never get that frustrated with like a 2D platform Mario game, but this one just made me like, you know what? I don't like you. We're not friends anymore.
So, I guess everybody has nothing else to say, huh?
Nope.
No.
All right.
Ain't nothing but like the now, they say.
Hey, Joe Pesci, can you come back here?
No, I don't wanna.
Come on, Joe. Look, I paid you good money to come all this way here for a vacation here in Japan.
I said no. Look, you think this is funny? People are laughing at me because I don't know these video games.
Well, because you're from a different generation. Come on, dude. I brought you out of retirement for a good reason.
I want to stay retired.
Joe, please. We can make Home Alone 5.
No, actually,
Oh, God.
I hope it gives me an Academy Award nomination. Third runner-up, Nintendo Land. What the? All right, Nintendo Land. Second runner-up, New Super Mario Brothers U. First runner-up, Scribblenauts Unlimited. And the winner is... the best Nintendo Wii U game of 2012 is... Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Alright, this is Joe motherfucking Pesci. I'll see you next time. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Dreamcast game of 2012.
What?
Yes.
What?
They still make Dreamcast games today.
Yay!
what? How is that possible?
Homebrew.
Impossible!
Yes. I know. I remember now. Retro Kaiser was doing his research about games of 2012, and surprisingly enough, independent developers are still making games for the Dreamcast, even though it has no like security code or anything like that. Unfortunately,
Security.
yes, we only got 2 of them, but we don't have a winner. It is Gunlord and Redux Dark Matter. And we don't need to name a winner because, you know, that's just a great hype. I mean, just a great way to promote Dreamcast games out there. They still make Dreamcast games, just to let you know.
Dreamcast!
So if you still have a Dreamcast and you want to still play games for that system, check out those 2 games. Gunlord, Redux, Dark Matter.
That's the original screen controller.
Yes. All right, who's next? Ooh, it's finally the last video game platform awards in the first act. All right, TMcBee, it's your turn.
Oh, really? PC game of 2012. We got Black Mesa, Bonten. Wow, I can't even pronounce that. Okay, Botanacula. Okay, I'm gonna pronounce it as that. Counter-Strike, Global Defensive, Diablo 3, Guild Wars 2, House of 1,000 Doors, Family Secret, Legend of Grimrock, Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Gods and Kings, The Secret World, Tribes Ascend, The Sims 3, Hidden Springs, The Sims 3, Supernatural, Torchlight 2, The Binding of Isaac, The Wrath of the Lamb, and World of Warcraft, Mist of Pandemar. God. Okay, man, that's a big-ass list.
Well, thanks a lot, TMcBee. I know that was a mouthful, but anyway, I'm taking a look at this one comment right now that was posted on GameTrailers.com in 2009 that said, "Is PC gaming dying?" And
No.
right now,
Oh.
That is like now become the dumbest question I have ever seen now because PC gaming is still reigning to this very day.
Console gaming's kind of dying because recently they're just sort of copying PC gaming.
Exactly. And
the thing is, like, the Call of Duty kids think like the Xbox and PS3 are the best things out there when these systems are like 6-7 years old. And look at PC. Like, the hardware's like, friggin' ahead of like, Xbox and PS3,
Yeah, and unfortunately it's mad expensive to actually keep up with this PC
really
stats if you want to play the modern games for like if you want to use the latest technology with the graphics chips and stuff. As long as we're having computers around, there is absolutely no way you could say PC gaming is dying. Hell,
with Steam around, PC gaming is not going to be built slow as Steam's around,
Exactly. And not to mention that even if we don't have Steam, we have Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook. Yes, Farmville's conquering.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to talk about the PC games here in 2012?
I remember when Diablo 3 came out,
Let me tell you one thing. Diablo 3 had to grow in me. Not just because I was disappointed as soon as I played it. It's because when the game was first launched, we had to log in every single time we want to play Diablo 3. And I was one of those guys in the list who had my account in the waiting list because it had like this freaking glitch that Blizzard was having on its launch day where they had like problems, with its users in Asia. And I was so mad. So mad. I waited for a long time. I bought this game full price, and it did not work on my PC, even though I had all the requirements that it was asking me for, just because Blizzard couldn't get me logged in for the longest time.
That game also had an online DRM, so you had to be online just to play the game.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I hate that about game companies now these days. For like games on Xbox Live or PSN, you have to be online to play this game, or you're just fucked,
Exactly. It's like they want to stop you when you play the game.
I played offline or online, no questions asked. I shouldn't be, renting this game for the duration of the online service.
Exactly.
It's pretty much just a rental for buying games online now.
But at least Diablo 3 finally was playable, and I got heavily hooked into it, just like in Diablo 2. But anyway, Diablo 3 wasn't the only good PC game of 2012. Yeah. We got a freaking load of them. We got expansion packs like the Sims 3 Supernatural, which is like Sims Making Magic, which was something that the PlayStation 2, not PlayStation 2, the Sims 2 did not have, like their own version of Making Magic. And we also had an expansion pack for Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Gods and Kings, where it actually is a god game that feels a lot better than freaking Black and White that Peter Molyneux made like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, then we got that mod for Half-Life 2, Black Mesa Source.
Yeah.
And, that thing's been in development for years now, and I'm actually, as much as I'm not a big fan of Half-Life 1 and 2, I'm just kind of glad that this mod came out, it shows that a little modding community can make something really special.
Yeah. It's just, I think we're the first ones that actually put a mod as, PC game of 2012 because it's a mod that's so impressive that we even put it here as its own. We even claim it as its own legit game.
And knowing how old the Source engine is, I'm just surprised how good the graphics look.
Yeah,
just, I'm not a big graphics buff, but just I was blown away knowing how old the Source engine is.
Yeah, and I can't even wait to finally see Half-Life 3 to be released or even be announced because
it's off his ass and makes it.
Yeah, finally. But anyway, it's just that I still can't wait for the freaking Steam box to finally be released.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in that,
Yeah, that's going to be a great alternative from the freaking, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo that we got for over a decade now.
Knowing how big Steam is for the PC community, it's going to be a, competition that's going to be coming to the Sony and and Microsoft and Nintendo.
And not to mention, isn't Steam on the PlayStation 3?
Yeah, it is for some Valve games. I know Portal 2 had it for PS3, so we can go on for days for the PC games, you know.
Yeah.
I heard Guild Wars 2 was good. My computer can't run that. So.
Holy shit! I can't tell you how special Guild Wars 2 is. I'm not a huge MMO
What?
guy. I'm one of those guys who picks up an MMO, play it for a couple of months, and then just put it away.
I played for like a week or so, see what it's like, and I'm like, okay, I have to pay to play. You know, I have to pay to get all the good shit and all the perks and whatnot.
Yeah, no
I'm
fucking
not for
monthly
that.
charge. Oh man, let me tell you something. You know, I bitch about like my most disappointing game of 2012. You guys already know what's my most disappointing game of 2012.
Yeah.
But it was a game that was so bad that I stopped playing video games and lost my interest with mainstream video games. You know, modern video games for that matter, for over like 5 months. No, believe it or not, I didn't even play a video game for that very long. I was just ready to move on to, you know, starting the legit animation podcast and I was planning to abandon the Boochow Radio Podcast because that game that we will mention later on was so badly disappointing that I hated video games in general. I mean, like, people gave up on video games when they played Superman 64 or E.T., but for me, you know, that game was terrible. But you got to thank High Wings 89 for actually bringing me back to video games because he kept telling me, oh, dude, you got to play Guild Wars 2, man. Because, you know, we played the original Guild Wars when we were in high school, and we didn't pick it up because it got boring as shit. But then later on, it was just like, he wouldn't stop bugging me. And then finally, around the Thanksgiving break, I finally picked it up, downloaded it, and since then, my grades has dropped.
Wait. I remember you telling me once, wasn't The Witcher 2 responsible for that also?
Yeah, but then when I stopped playing it, I still have a bad taste in my mouth on that disappointing game that we will mention later. But, oh my god, Guild Wars 2.
Of course he's talking about Soul Calibur.
No.
No.
But let me
we made a
talk.
whole episode on it. Well,
All right.
a whole
Yeah,
hour.
I know. But let me finish talking about
Come
Guild Wars 2, all right? It
Yeah,
is such a...
Go back.
It is just like an MMO that totally whips World of Warcraft's ass. It's an MMO that just offers a lot. I mean, oh my goodness. When you start a class, you got a boss fight by the end of your first mission. And it's just like the combos, and the avoidance of have that tedious clicking repetitively again and again. They abandoned that and for the sake of making it feel like an actual video game instead of like a freaking online game that's just playing as pretending to be a video game.
Yeah.
You know, High Wings 89 and we were playing so many hours in this game. Every time when, like, you know, I don't have a console with me in America, but, you know, when High Wings 89, every weekend, High Wings 89 and I always go online and play Guild Wars 2. And, oh my goodness, every time we progress further in the game, it gets better and better and better. And I couldn't even believe how, you know, love video games more than I ever did when I was still playing games on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Wii. That's how special Guild Wars 2 is to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I have to... I need to get a gaming computer so I can try this game out, because I've heard nothing but good things about Guild Wars 2.
I need to scrape together $60 so I can try the game out.
All right, but I'm telling you guys, if you know, for those who bought a Guild Wars 2 and had it running, you gotta have to give me a PM and tell me what you have to ask me what server am I using, because I'm only using one server, and I'll tell you what server am I, and I'll tell you what's one of my characters that I'm using.
Will you
in
tell
order
us
to
your
play-
class? Because I don't want to play the same class. It's tacky.
I guess we can move on to the winners.
Okay, the winners. Okay, here's our runner-ups. Fifth runner-up is the title I cannot pronounce. Botanicola. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Okay. Fourth runner-up, Counter-Strike Global Defense. Well, it says defense. Is it defense or defensive? Because it says global defense.
It's supposed to be defensive.
Third runner-up, Tribes Ascend. Second runner-up, Diablo 3. First runner-up, Black Mesa. And the winner, and you guys know it.
No, I don't.
Guild Wars 2.
Yes. Guild
Wars.
Wars 2 had to be the winner because I never seen an MMO experience that fulfills, my online gaming needs because, there is no limitations other than the number of characters that you could play in each server. And most importantly, this game feels like it's expensive to play, but there is no monthly charge.
Ooh.
That is amazing.
Yeah, all you have to do is just buy the game, and then you just install it, then you play.
Yes,
Right.
I'm telling you guys right now, even though you're not a fan of MMOs or RPGs, if you're not a fan of MMOs and RPGs, I still highly recommend you to play Guild Wars 2 because it is amazing. This was a huge step in gaming, and I can't believe that freaking Spike TV Game of the Year Awards totally missed this game out just for the sake of throwing in popular titles as Game of the Year, like freaking Walking Dead that didn't deserve it at all.
That's why I don't watch those mainstream award shows or go on mainstream gaming websites because they're all just it's just all popularity contests. They don't give the actual games what they deserve.
Exactly.
They don't give the
even
recognition.
One of my favorite shows, Reviews on the Run, it's they also give Walking Dead Game of the Year, and it's okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Now.
Reviews on the Run. That's where I got the name Gexup, if you guessed.
Oh, Rants on the Run? That's where you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although they called that show Judgment Day over here, I think, but
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they still run Reviews on the Run here in Canada since it started.
Well, they don't have it here, and I missed that show to death.
It's terrible. They replace it with cheaters and cops. What the hell?
Oh, fuck cops.
I don't think nothing.
That's wrong, dude. Don't diss our
G4.
law enforcers.
Yeah, I think nothing of G4, so I can care less if it goes away.
All right,
Hey, Gex.
everybody.
Gex, one of these years we should do Razzies on Rants of the Run.
All right, maybe we should do that on the next Rants on the Run. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first act of the Boochow 2012 Awards, where we're done talking about the exclusives. Now, we are going to have our break, and then we will start with the second act of the Boochow 2012 Awards. All right, now, after our long break, we are here to start the second act of the Boochow 2012 Awards. And we're going to start with the genres from alphabetical order. So, Cendoo, it's your turn, my friend.
Ooh la la, Mr. Genre. Let's see. Adventure Game of 2012. Oh, they still make adventure games. That's nice. Nominees. Botanicola? What?
That's the one I couldn't pronounce, so yeah, don't worry.
Gleh. Wow. Deponia. The Journey Down, Chapter 1. Dun dun dun. Lucius. Journey. Residence. What's wrong with me? Oh, The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Bow, bow, bow. The Walking Dead and Yesterday. Oh, what? We gotta wait a day to read this last one, Gex.
That is hilarious.
No, I don't play adventure games,
It's
I don't
all
play
right.
I don't play shit.
We have to get some.
I should get into them, but I just don't have time to click
played,
around all day.
Walking
So they seem fun. They seem fun, but I just
And I just don't care about Sherlock Holmes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I played Walking Dead, but that's about it.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I gotta say the adventure games this year is not as good as last year, where we had Gemini Rule, and also one of my favorite games, one of my favorite adventure games, if not, and also one of my favorite independent games of all time, Blackwell Deception. And for everybody who's still listening right now, I'm telling you guys right now, you gotta get a copy of Blackwell Deception. It's the best adventure game since Dreamfall: The Longest Journey. Oh my god! I just
speaking of
We need more
Dreamfall,
Telltale.
hey Gexup, did you look at that link I sent you for that article for Dreamfall?
yeah, Dreamfall chapters.
Yeah, that new one. Yeah, I thought you would be interested in that. Since
Yeah,
you know.
I was. And to tell you the truth, I know it's going to be shocking for all of you guys to hear this because I did proclaim Dreamfall: The Longest Journey as one of the as actually my favorite video game story I've ever seen in my life. But to tell you the truth, I'm not looking forward to the sequel because the story of Dreamfall: The Longest Journey was so good that I don't think you need a sequel. I know it ended in a cliffhanger, but I just wanted it ended it so tragically since a lot of people think it was a bad ending. No, it was a tragic ending. It's just like it brought me to tears, and it's like its attempt to capture my emotions on every single tone that game put out. It did it brilliantly. And I haven't seen an adventure game that could even approach to that, to the awesomeness of, Dreamfall: The Longest Journey, until like I saw the Blackwell series, from Blackwell Legacy to all the way to the fourth game of the series, Blackwell Deception, which is like, oh my god, it's just like it's film noirish, The Sixth Sense type of adventure that was just so beautiful. I just like, oh man, all you have to, you can get, the Blackwell bundle, all 4 games of the Blackwell series in a very small price, either on Steam, either on GOG.com, or even on Gamersgate.com. So, I'm just telling you right now, for those who are still a fan of adventure games, look no further than the Blackwell series. I guarantee to you, you will feel an emotional connection with the characters, and also you're going to have a great time with the puzzles, especially. All right. Now, without further ado, let's name the winners.
Runner-up number 3, Residence. Runner-up number 2, or second runner-up, however you want me to word that, The Walking Dead. Whoa, risky. First runner-up is Botanical. Of course, you'd put the one I can't pronounce. And the winner is Journey. What a shock.
Journey is amazing. Journey is... I'm burned out to talk about Journey, but I'm telling you right now, this game is art. This game was developed by the guys who made the Flower downloadable game on the PlayStation Store, and they improved it. They improved their developing skills, developing a video game far and beyond from what was left off from Flower. And Journey, oh my god, it's beautiful. No way that The Walking Dead could actually be better than the Journey, man. Because I don't know. The one thing that really makes me upset about The Walking Dead is because the freaking quick time events, and there's barely any consequences with this game. It's just like there's a zombie invasion. What do we do next? Okay, click over there to finally move somewhere.
What about like the story though? Like, was it like I've heard like a lot of people cried while playing The Walking Dead. Like, did you get that same emotion?
No, not as the same emotion as I got in the comic book series. I am not a fan of the movie. I mean, not the movie. The TV series that's really overhyping everything. But the comic book by Image Comics, oh my god! Even though it's definitely time consuming that the series, the comic series takes forever to get anywhere. The emotional value that you get from the comic book series is much more. It's much better than any incarnation of the Walking Dead, series ever. And I don't think I had that similar emotion from the Walking Dead video game because I could see a mile away because of what I experienced it from the comic books itself. I just can't get into the video game. I'm sorry. It's just that...
No, it's alright. I probably wouldn't care since I'm sick and tired of hearing The Walking Dead. Like,
I'm sick and
it's so freaking overhyped.
Yes.
I'm sick and tired of seeing zombies in the media. Come on, people. Can we just see something else? You know,
You're the fun zombies.
Yeah, and how can
I don't
you
know.
make
I'm
a
just sick and
zombie?
tired of seeing zombies in the media. It's like every game needs a zombie mode. You know. I'm like,
And how
come
could you
on.
make a zombie apocalypse work very well in a point-and-click adventure game?
I know.
It didn't work very well. I'm sorry, Telltale Games, but you know, if it's a zombie apocalypse, you got to put a lot of thought into it, other than just having those zombies in the background, which I always had that distinct feeling every time.
I actually think Walking Dead is a very good game. It's totally overhyped, don't get me wrong. But I don't know, I've never seen the show and I've never read the comics, so I was really invested in these characters. But that might be the same effect if you watch the show and nothing else. You might not be invested in certain characters, and if you read the comics, you might not be invested. But I always felt there was like a certain urge to get the character Clementine where you need to go. And there was a lot of tense moments. It was really sad in the end, but I didn't cry.
Okay.
Anyway, moving
Yeah.
on. Who's next? Oh, it's Slayer. It's your turn.
Okay, so we're doing action games of 2012. All right, I'm gonna get Hank Hill to do this. All right, get over here, Hank. All right, I'll tell you what. The Amazing Spider-Man is the first game on this list. I'll tell you what. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, Darksiders 2, Dishonored, Hitman Absolution, Prototype 2, and Warlords. I'll tell you what. This list is pretty big. Propane.
Prototype postpaid.
I've not played any of these games. I heard Dishonored was a pretty good game, I guess.
Yeah, you could actually play that game without shooting anyone.
Yeah,
I know it has shooting, but you can actually play that game without shooting. But to tell you the truth, I think Dishonored should have been freaking BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it feels like BioShock. It plays like BioShock, and and it's too similar to BioShock, except that you got better powers than you ever got in BioShock. But in Dishonored, I gotta say, like, wow, what are they gonna do better? I mean, how's BioShock Infinite gonna do better than Dishonored? I mean, like, I was hesitant to play Dishonored each time we talk about it on the Boochow Radio Podcast, and now Muya was the only guy who was hyping it up, and I gotta say, he was right on the money when he was talking about this game, and I was happy that he was spot on about everything that he said that was good about the game, and it was even more when you experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Why does shooting not qualify as action?
Because we got its own category for third-person shooter and first-person shooter.
So, kick, bang, bang.
Yeah. What
Yes.
about Dark? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, if anybody who played Darksiders 2, what did you guys thought of that?
Awesome.
Awesome, yeah. I've heard like it was awesome. It was kind of like Legend of Zelda a bit, or it sort of plays like Legend of Zelda.
Take it like a cartoony, like a more gory cartoony Zelda style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Almui is the one who played it from beginning to end, and he keeps talking about it. And when I was visiting his place, Sharp has to go. Well, Sharp, thanks for appearing on the show, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Nice
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so what was I talking about? Okay, Darksiders 2. Huh. I gotta say, it was like it was a pretty cool experience. I mean, like, Amuya was waiting for a sequel since after Darksiders 1. I mean, like, back in 2010, he wouldn't talk anything else but the Darksiders 1. And then Raggedstar came along and she said, she ripped off Portal! I know, it just kind of ruined the hype. And then, later on, Amuya, played Darksiders 2, and he's really hooked onto the game. And I asked him, which one was better, Darksiders 2 or Dishonored? And the answer would be, here in the winners. All right, take it away.
All right, let's look at the winners. Hank Hill is He's not going to be reading off these, but all right. The third runner-up is Hitman Absolution. The second runner-up is Batman Arkham City in Armored Edition, and the first runner-up is Darksiders 2, and the winner is Dishonored.
That is Almuya's answer. Dishonored was a better game than Darksiders 2. The only thing that Dishonored 2 should have had in order to even qualify as BioShock Infinite instead of this long-ass wait is to have at least one Big Daddy.
Wait, did you say Dishonored 2?
I mean, damn it. Thanks for correcting me.
No probs.
All right. I mean, this is what Dishonored needed in order to be BioShock Infinite. Just one Big Daddy, and then we don't need to be waiting for BioShock for this long. I mean, for God's sakes, they should have released BioShock Infinite this year. But instead, they delayed that shit till next year because, you know, the development team is having so many fucking problems with the game that it's crazy. Moving on to the next category, CGF, it's your turn.
All right. For driving game of 2012, Forza Horizon, F1 2012, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Mod Nation Racers Road Trip, and Trails Evolution.
Well, we can't say much about racing games, or
Except how awesome Trials Evolution is.
Yeah. That's
okay, moving on to the winners.
Yeah.
And the winner is Trails. Trials. I'm sorry. You spelled it as Trails, not Trials.
Is it Trails Evolution?
Yeah, it's Trails.
Fuck! Why am I mixing up these tiles? It's Trails Evolution. Sorry. If there is no dialogue in a video game, sometimes I'll mispronounce the title of the name, okay?
All right. The winner for a racing game of 2012 is...
Oh my god! We got another person who came online. Sorry. We keep interrupting CJF.
Dragon Man, let's see what happens.
All right.
Next thing you know,
okay.
CJF is going to name the winner, and that's the end of the world.
Oh, don't joke about that.
No. That was a good one.
Hey, it's Joe, a.k.a. Phoenix08.
Welcome.
Hey, Phoenix.
Howdy.
I can't hear you, dude.
What?
Oh,
He doesn't have a mic.
he doesn't have a mic. Oh, well.
Everything
Well-
okay, man?
You can use subtitles, so...
Well, it's nice to have
that's-
these visitors who come in and drop out.
Well, that is his signature subs.
So no offense, Joe, you're the third guy who came in and dropped out. First it was Sharp, who came here for a short period of time and then had to go. Then Zookstar came in and he had to announce he was sick. And then now you're here and say you don't have a mic.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, now we
Okay, I got
Yay!
Everything okay, Joe? Recording kind of started like almost 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I overslept. Sorry.
Oh, God.
It's all right, as long as we have enough people on the show. All right. Sorry, CJF. It's time for you to finally announce the winner.
All right. For the third time. Because after all, third time's the charm, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. The winner for racing game of 2012 is Trials Evolution.
Trails Evolution.
What?
Did I
Run!
Sorry, I got the title wrong as well, so it's my fault.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever. Whatever the name of the game is.
Trials Evolution. Let's move on.
All right, moving on. Okay.
Oh, don't edit this out.
Oh, wow, it's SuperWorldJumper.
Okay. Well, I got a character in my hand that I want you all to meet. His name is Vile.
Stay out of my way. I'm about to perform evil.
Yes, and he shall be giving he shall be announcing the first-person shooter game of 2012. Ooh, shooting! Oh, how delightfully evil. Okay, first we have Black Mesa. Black Mesa. Next. Next, we have Borderlands 2. Next, we have Counter-Strike Global Offense. Ooh, how delightfully evil. The Darkness 2. Doom 3 BFG Edition. What does BFG stand for? I don't give a crap. Dishonored. Far Cry 3. Halo 4. Ooh, I'm a demon. I hate Halos. Get those things away from me. I prefer horns myself. Ravaged. Resistance. Burning Skies. Tribes Ascend.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay.
I guess we're the only first video game award that named first-person shooter of the year and don't have a single military shooter in sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't put Call of Duty in, because it's the same thing every year, you know.
Of course, but
Yeah.
also there's only like 2 titles. Okay, there's only 3 titles that I actually really care about, but you know, all those other ones here is just like it's a breath of fresh air to see something out of first-person shooters other than freaking military shooters and copycats of Call of Duty.
Yeah, I don't hate first-person shooters. I like it when first-person shooters do something interesting in first person. Like, I don't know, the Thief series or the Deus Ex games. Like, they use, like, stealth in first person, and it's just, really awesome just to sneak around in first person. It puts me in, it's just so immersive, And then, I don't know, what Bethesda does with their RPG series, Elder Scrolls, like, those games are in first person, and it's just interesting how they did that with RPG too, so.
Exactly. I mean, like, you can do so many things in first person because it looks more clearer than...
You feel like you're the character when you're in first person, I don't hate first person shooters.
I would have to disagree with you when you said that you feel like the character because...
Yeah, you don't necessarily
Let me give you my reason.
You're just more immersed into it,
Let me give you my reason why I can't feel like I'm playing as the character, all right? I'm a lefty. I don't feel like I'm shooting a gun when the character's carrying it with right hand.
Oh, that's why I didn't like the Twilight Princess on Wii.
I can see your point there, too.
Because I'm a lefty.
I don't, with stealth games, I feel like they should be more in first person. That's just my preference, but, Far Cry 3 looks amazing, to me at least. I want to get my hands on that game.
Let me tell you what Far Cry 3 is. It's Red Dead Redemption on a tropical island in first-person shooter mode.
I really enjoyed Far Cry 2 a lot, so, Well, yeah, people criticize Far Cry 2 because there's so much driving in that game, but I really like driving around in Africa and just looking at the environments, but I like the Far Cry games.
I'm just saying, I'm surprised nobody said that Far Cry 3 is like Skyrim with guns, and that's everybody's thing.
I don't see the comparison to that game to Skyrim because Skyrim has a lot of side missions, while this game is in a linear progression in a sandbox world.
My younger cousins got Far Cry 3, even though they shouldn't be playing it to begin with. Surprisingly, it looks like a game that looks very interesting. Though I don't know, seeing people you hunting down animals. It's probably not a thing I probably wouldn't do. I can't hurt an animal. Yeah. It's I can't kill a boar and make a wallet out of him.
Yeah, you were spot on there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't get why people compare Far Cry 3, call it Skyrim of guns. I hate it when people compare every game to Skyrim now.
Yeah, I know.
I like the Elder Scrolls games, but Skyrim, man, that game is just a departure from the series big time. It's more mainstream to me, at least. For me personally, I think Oblivion's my favorite, but if I can get into the second game in the series, Daggerfall, that game would probably be my favorite because that game is ginormous. There's so much to do in that game. Yeah, but anyways, let's get back on topic.
Oh, one thing I'm really happy that's been released? Doom 3 BFG Edition.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Hey, remember when I did my top 10 Xbox games minus Halo? I put Doom 3 there, but BFG Edition is the full fucking package because not only you got Doom 3 that fixed that issue about holding a flashlight and holding a gun separately, And, you know, they finally put that together where you can hold the flashlight and the gun. But also, you got Doom 1 and Doom 2. One of my favorite games of all time. Doom 1 and Doom 2. Oh, my God. I just couldn't believe that they put it in the full package. It was just like, finally, ID Soft, after all these years of mediocrity, ever since John Romero and John Carmack separated each other, this is the right decision they made. I have full faith that Doom 4 is going to actually do well. Because, you know, right now they're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Doom franchise. That's a long fucking time because, you know, looking back at it, Doom is a dinosaur.
They really innovated FPS first-person shooter games back in the day. It really changed how we play them, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's definitely going to be in the next episode of Gaming in the 90s when I'm talking about Doom. But anyway, let's move on to the winners.
Okay. Kyle here again to announce the winners of first-person shooter of 2012. Third runner-up, Far Cry 3. Second runner-up, Black Mesa. Still sounds like a soup. First runner-up, Doom 3, BFG edition. And the winner is Dishonored.
Well, we know he's Dishonored, but who's the winner?
Yes.
You got dishonorably a winner. All right. But anyway, Dishonored, I gotta say, this game took the first-person formula into a whole new level. It is something that should have been should have been taken leaps and bounds, defies the laws of physics, and bring us great, imagination. Because what Dishonored offered was giving us a gaming experience that we couldn't possibly do in real life. The main reason why I play video games is do stuff that I could never do in real life. And Dishonored, it offers that and more. It gave us like crazy imagination, different ways of playing a game and executing each challenge right in front of you. And most of all, a captivating story that was unexpected in a first-person shooter. Because when was the last time we seen a good story told in a first-person shooter? Case closed.
Yes,
Moving
yesterday.
on.
Okay, so I'm doing fighting games at 2012?
Yep.
Okay, sorry if I sound tired, because I am. Nominees for Fighting Game of 2012 are Dead or Alive 5, Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, Persona 4 Arena, Skullgirls, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Soul Calibur 5, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown.
Persona 4 Arena.
I played PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and I wasn't here when y'all first talked about it. So, the game, I've been a Sony person all my life, so I've never played Smash Bros. Or any other fighting game for that matter. But this one, it's fun. I have to say it's fun. The gameplay's fun. I like hitting people. I really like the way that it's different. Then the major difference between Smash Bros. Is there's no life bar. You win it by beating people up and getting the superpowers in 3 different levels, and that's how you kill your opponents. I like that aspect of it. The one thing, and it's major for me personally, is the story mode. It is just so disappointing to where the fact it's almost insulting. Instead of actual cutscenes, all they showed was a picture and voice actor monologued over it. I was so disappointed by that. Who has played this game?
I have.
Who hasn't?
I have.
You have? Okay. This isn't much of a spoiler because as soon as you play it, 30 minutes later, you find this out. The final boss is Polygon Man.
Yeah, I remember.
thought that is so clever. I mean, we talked about Polygon Man when we did mascots.
Yeah.
And I felt so smart when I knew exactly who that guy was. I thought that is awesome. And I first saw him after the intro, and I must say the intro to that game is just badass. I got so hyped up after seeing that intro, especially the first people that come out are Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter and duking it out. I go, oh yeah, that is where it's all at. And then at the end, you see Polygon Man hovering over. I go, and after that, I go, oh, this is gonna be good, but then I was immediately disappointed. I thought there was going to be like an epic storyline to all this and an explanation for all this, but nope. It just says, oh, let's go over there. Oh, I'm finding all these people. That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the reason why PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale could not be our PlayStation 3 exclusive of 2012, and also it cannot be the winner of Fighting Game of 2012. Yeah, but at least the online play, the local multiplayer, was satisfying as to all hell.
The gameplay is so much fun. I have to say, whatever they lost points with the cinematics and the storyline, they basically blew it out the water with just the gameplay and the how much fun it is. They could have done so much with that game, as far as story goes. Because if there was anyone that could bring these characters together and mash these worlds together, it would be Polygon Man. After all, he is more powerful than God. That is a quote. That's not me. That is a quote PlayStation did when they first released the PlayStation. It showed Polygon Man, and then underneath it would say it's more powerful than God.
Oh God!
I have no idea what genius marketer thought that would be a good idea to say.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. Yeah, but I kind of agree with, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. It felt a little too thin with its content. I was expecting more with it.
I'm gonna pick Persona 4 Arena. It's a really weird. When they made this, they knew that people who play it were not gonna be fighting game fans.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept it simple as far as controls go and combos. Have you noticed that if you played it?
Yeah, because it feels like, I don't know, it feels like Guilty Gear. I mean, not Guilty Gear. Blaze Blue.
Well, the last game was an RPG, so obviously people playing that, most of them are not going to be fighting game fans.
Yeah, of course.
But the story, it did advance the story. In the last game, the main character was a mute, but he's got a full voice in this game. The same person who voiced him when he screamed the Persona names. Good old Johnny Young Botch. What hasn't he done, right? Yeah, it's weird. Story mode, it's like visual novel meets fighting games. You don't see that every day, do you?
A visual novel meets fighting games?
Have you played the story mode of Persona 4 Arena? That's pretty much what it is. It's like
my brother has, and he said he likes the story, and I didn't experience it myself. All I did was just play against him, and all I did was play as Teddy. Well,
the story, it picks up where the last game left off, sort of.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if Amuya was here, he would tell you how, that Soul Calibur 5 should not be in the nominees just because he hated the fact that, you were disappointed with the story mode in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. He was disappointed with the story mode in Soul Calibur 5 because in comparison to Soul Calibur 4, it had cutscenes. It had a progression. It had a narrative. And then in this one, all they had special was Ezio, and all the characters, they were totally different from the original.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, but I heard that, in Soul Calibur 5, not all the characters were there, too. People were expecting, specific characters to be in Soul Calibur 5 that appeared in these games. That's the major complaint that I heard from Soul Calibur 5.
And whatever is the winner of Fighting Game of 2012, that's something that Amuya and I have absolutely no complaints towards to. But one fighting game that really did shock me, even though this was a very small game, and it's an independent game, but it played very well, is Skullgirls.
I heard a lot of really good things about that one.
Yes, even though you have a roster of only 5 characters, it played so well. The combos are very well executed, and the gameplay, oh my god, Raggedstar is here.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
All right, she finally made it. Let's add her to the call.
Awesome, yes. Yay!
Woo! How you doing?
Jesus!
So how you doing, Raggedstar?
About 2,000 kilometers from home. So
wow.
That's why I couldn't be here earlier.
Oh, okay.
All right. So are you having a wonderful Christmas all the way down there?
Well, we drove for 24 hours, so.
Ah, shucks.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
well, since all of us already had 2 picks here. Already had named 2 nominees here. Oh wait, you didn't get the
No,
list,
no, I
you?
didn't.
All right,
I
I'm
did.
gonna give it to you.
Okay, third runner-up is Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. Second runner-up is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. First runner-up is Persona 4 Arena. And the winner is Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Now, here's a good reason why I put Tekken Tag Tournament 2 as the winner of Game of the Year 2012. Not Game of the Year. I mean, Fighting Game of the Year 2012. All right? I've been playing the freaking arcade version of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 when I was still living here in Japan. And it was freaking amazing. The tag team system was so great. The combination of character variety that you can choose, it's mad insane. And also, I absolutely love the fact that this game, I think this is the first time that the series has ever offered, either playing single player or tag team, so you can have like a handicap mode or a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. All right,
Okay.
Raggedstar, we're all the way down to the next category, and it's your turn.
Which is, what is the category?
It is Horror Game of 2012.
Oh, okay, horror game. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait
Yeah.
a tick here. Wait a tick. For PS3 game. Why did Ratchet and Clank Collection win?
You weren't here to
Did it
defend.
win?
You weren't here to defend Journey.
Because Gexup runs this award show.
And not to mention,
I made an 8-minute video showing all the glitches I got. And these aren't like Skyrim glitches that are just hilarious. These are just glitches that destroyed the game.
it didn't destroy the game. It just remained.
I had to quit my game 3 times because it prevented me from continuing. And these were consistent glitches that happened on places like Snivelac, for example, where I was
Well, at least
forbidden
they're
from
consistent.
continuing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
The only glitch I had was how funny Ratchet's hat was in Up Your Arsenal.
That wasn't... Well, actually, that was in Going Commando, too.
Really?
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
going though.
Yeah, and there's that other bug I mentioned where quark sides are completely white on Gorda City, as well as the final boss in Up Your Arsenal.
I bet Raggedstar would hate me more if I put, Darksiders 2 as action game of the year.
I don't mind it. Whatever. Where is it?
Don't worry.
Where the
we
bloody
only
hell is
get-
horror?
Page 11.
Slender, the
Aw.
8 pages.
Oh, someone's leaving.
Wait,
Oh.
who's leaving?
I
Tommy?
Skype chat.
I gotta get to work now.
All right, it's nice seeing you drop by, CJF.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
it was nice participating in the Boochow Radio Podcast.
Yeah, now Raggedstar's taking your place.
Boochow.
Boochow!
Boochow.
So,
See ya.
Boochin' chow. Boochow.
okay.
Okay, so horror game of 2012. Slender, the 8 pages. Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Silent Hill HD Collection, and Project 02 Wii Edition.
Too bad the rest of the horror games this year was terrible. I mean,
I heard Lone Survivor was good.
which one?
Lone Survivor. It's a 2D horror game, and apparently it kind of matches a lot of the things that a lot of 3D horror games do, like the weird controls and the unusual kind of lighting and character designs and things like that. I never played it, so don't trust my word for it. I just saw a video on it.
All right, but I will mention one game that I have played. Let me tell you how scary this game was. Slender, the 8th pages. I never had a game that literally gave me a jump scare that made me jump out of my seat and duck for cover like there's a freaking grenade launched in the room. Yes!
I've seen someone cry with Slender.
I know. That's how amazing Slender was. But my friends were there, in my dorm that actually saw me jump out and land on the ground like a freaking bomb came down. It's just like they were all laughing at me, and I was just like laughing, even though I injured my elbow, because it was so hilarious how that jump scare was so much fun. Slender, the 8th page, it was so much fun because of the, each time you collect a page, whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not turn around, look behind you, and see if he's there, because that's the way he's going to get you. The best way you can do is avoid sight of him, all right? Because once you see him for only 2 seconds, you're dead. That's how fun this is. And, the fun part about this game is that finding the 8 pages is hard. Close to impossible. And the funny thing is that even though it's hard and how creative this game is, it's for free. You can actually go to the site to type down Slender, the 8 pages, and they'll give you a download. And they just give you a free download about, I think it's the beta, isn't it?
Yeah, there's going to be a paid version coming out.
And that's going to be the full game, right?
I think so. It's going to have extra things. And it's going to be cleaned up a little bit.
Oh man,
That's a great marketing idea.
But probably Black Mesa is going to be doing that too, because they still have the Zen portion.
All right. So, does anybody else has anything else to say about horror games of 2012?
No.
Silent Hill HD sucked.
Yeah, you mentioned before, right? In
Yes.
terms of its visual HD.
She has.
Yeah. Oh,
I have mentioned it a lot.
So why does it suck?
Do you know what I'm surprised? I'm surprised Zombie U is not on the list.
Fuck Zombie U.
Really?
I hated
Zombie U. It's Red Steel all over again.
It really is? Oh, okay.
I don't
Well,
know. That's what I've heard.
To be fair, I've heard it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
In comparison to Silent Hill HD Collection, it is better than, Silent Hill Downpour and Resident Evil 6. And not to mention...
Resident Evil 6 is crap.
Oh, it's one of the worst games of 2012, bar none.
I know.
And some of the series, even though I haven't played Resident Evil, and I don't want to.
Well, that's all right, because this is a game that made me stop caring for Resident Evil.
Oh, really?
Wait, you mean you survived this long? Like you survived Resident Evil 5?
I was giving a lot of hope for Resident Evil 5, even though it was racist.
Oh, that can of worms again.
Yes, I know. Okay, now it's time to name the winner.
Okay, so the winner is Slender, the 8 pages.
Yes. No horror game since Amnesia: The Dark Descent that made me jump out of my seat. Oh my goodness. Oh, speaking of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, what was the next game that they're coming up with? The Nightmare of the Pigs or something?
A Machine for Pigs.
Yes. Never have I thought that pigs would be that intimidating.
Oh, they can be.
Pigs
they can
are
be
creepy.
vicious.
Oh, I don't know. Piglets. They make me weep.
That ain't no piglet.
I like Piglet.
All right. I guess now it's my turn. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get someone else to do it. Oh, howdy here. This is Mr. Bane here from The Dark Knight Rises. I was the one who broke Batman's back. Remember that? Oh,
my.
jolly good time. The fire rises here in the Boochow Radio Podcast. And let me take a look. Oh, wow. Music and Rhythm Game of 2012. Yeah. That is a good tune. All right. It is Federus 3 something that it's not part of the English language, Final Fantasy.
Theater Rhythm, I think.
Dance Central 3, Rhythm Heaven Fever, and Rock Band Blitz. So, does anybody have anything interesting to say about Music and Rhythm Game of 2012?
None.
No.
Oh, you have no taste in music. It's a shame.
We do, but not in the gaming.
It's a shame that this generation is musicless. It's no wonder why people love that freaking dubstep called Whoopin' Gungan Style.
Don't get me started with that. How's that video have almost 1 billion views last time I checked?
people like to laugh at us freaking Asians when they act like jackasses. But anyway,
To be fair, people like doing that.
But anyway, the winner of Music and Rhythm Game of 2012 is Rhythm Heaven Fever. It's a decision made by Almuya, and I know that if he was here, he would talk about how awesome that game is. But unfortunately, we have to move on, and I will have to take over Gotham once again. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
TMcBee, it's your turn next.
Oh, okay then. Okay. Next category is Massive Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game of 2012. Like, it's kind of cut off here. Okay, there we go. So, here are our nominees. Guild Wars 2, Terra, World of Warcraft Mist of Pandaria, Lord of the Rings, Riders of Rohan, and The Secret World.
Oh boy, isn't it an obvious choice? A game that brought me back into video games. A game that actually cured my hatred on mainstream modern video games after playing the game that we will mention later. And, oh my goodness, the game that I've been playing for hours upon hours since I got my hands on it on Thanksgiving break. And the winner is?
The winner is Guild Wars 2. We all know.
Yes.
It's Guild Wars 2.
I will praise it to death when we get to the end, just to let you know. All right, Cendoo, it's your turn, buddy.
Oh dear, it's my turn. It can't be. Oh, what are we on? Puzzle game?
Yep.
Puzzle game of 2012, not to be confused with 1220. Break Quest Extra Evolution. Ooh, because the first one just wasn't enough evolution. House of 1,000 Door Family Secret. Shouldn't that be 1,000 Doors? Whatever. Pickers. Oh, that's a good show, I guess, if you're into that stuff. Scribble Knots Unlimited. Warp and Waveform. Ooh. So, any comments on these?
Not really, no.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't play puzzle games, so...
I don't know. It hasn't been... Puzzle games... seems to be like not as that much of a hype as to like Portal and Portal 2. It's something that. What the heck is going on?
Sorry.
Apocalypse.
Someone's playing Slender.
I thought it was like an evil vacuum cleaner.
Oh man, an evil vacuum cleaner.
And should I just say the winner now?
All right, go ahead.
And the winner is Scribble Knots Unlimited. Wow, the toy game.
Toy game, you say?
Well, that's how GNDB describes Scribble Knots.
You can type down anything except adult words, and they will appear as objects.
Dun dun dun. Can you type Gexup?
That's an adult word.
No, it's not.
If it's not part of the English language, then it won't answer. Anyway,
can you type
let's
gecko?
see who's next. Damn it! Someone's taking my favorite category. Anyway,
I thought your favorite category was Guild Wars 2.
All right, Slayer Master, you go next.
Platformer games of 2012. All right, we got Closure, Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Illusion, Dust, and however you pronounce that word. Elysian. All right, thank you. Fez, Jak and Daxter HD Collection, Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet, PlayStation Vita, Mark of the Ninja, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Rayman Origins Vita, Sonic Adventure 2 HD, Ratchet & Clank Collection, Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault, Scribble Knots Unlimited. All right.
Ooh, Ratchet & Clank Collection's on the list. Now's your chance, Raggedstar.
I know.
Since we all know the winner.
I question your copy of the game, Raggedstar, because...
No, I have seen people who get the same thing.
I don't know why I didn't get it.
I don't know. Maybe the Canadians were gypped. I don't know.
Maybe the inner biasm in you just causes you to instantly look past it.
Or maybe because my fandom for Ratchet and Clank didn't glitch out.
I think my theory's more plausible.
Shut up.
I never liked Ratchet and Clank that much anyway. I always preferred Sly Cooper.
Oh, okay. You like Sly Cooper. That's okay. That's okay.
All right, I was about to say fuck you.
Everyone hit the deck.
Something I find kind of depressing though is the fact that some of the best platforming experiences you got this year are ports.
Yeah.
Or remakes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ports and remakes.
And how did Scribblenauts make both the puzzle and platformer list?
It's just side-scrolling and you can jump.
But is it a puzzle or a platformer game?
And one of the aspects of the game is you have to think around how to get around the problem by drawing whatever you want. So it is, in a way, a puzzle game. It requires you to think.
Can't you just draw the goal ring?
All right, I give up. All right.
You want to do the winners now, or
everybody? I understand that most people are disappointed that the Platinum Platform Awards 2012 is canceled. However, we have not. That doesn't mean I forgot any of the platformers of 2012. Yet, it is admittedly disappointing, but I will not deny that there are a couple of them that I absolutely love with a great passion, other than Ratchet and Clank Collection. Fez. Oh my lord, Fez. It has so much love for retro gaming. It has chiptunes. It has the classic, 8-bit, 16-bit platforming experience. And most of all, it's just completely atmospheric, really creative, and most of all, it's just undeniably satisfying from beginning to end. To me, Fez was just so goddamn wonderful that, I wish it had as much popularity as to like another downloadable game, Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? If I had an Xbox,
Super Journey isn't quite a platform.
Then I would have gone Fez. So yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Anything else you guys want to mention?
I'm surprised we didn't talk about the mediocre of Epic Mickey 2.
Yeah.
It's nothing compared to the original.
The original was awesome. So why
Actually, I played the original recently.
There she goes again.
Yep.
Yes, there I go again. Well, I won't say it's bad, but it is lacking.
Yeah.
The camera was something to be desired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some of the level designs, but it had potential.
That's true.
And Epic Mickey 2 did not deliver on that potential, and that's what makes it so frustrating.
Nope.
All right, but
I'm just waiting for next year with
Raggedstar. Think back in 2010 when we were in the final round of the Platinum Platform Awards 2000. When we were in the final round of the Platinum Platform Awards 2010, we had Super Mario Galaxy 2, we had Donkey Kong Country Returns, we had the Sly Cooper collection, and we also had Epic Mickey, the original. Which one was better?
To be fair, the Sonic Colors was really good. out of those group, I don't want to say Sly Cooper because it's a port, and I think that's kind of deep, but probably Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yes.
Probably. I've never played it.
It does not live up to the Donkey Kong Country name. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
it was the best Donkey Kong. It was the best Donkey Kong game since '64.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Well, it was the best one on the Wii. It's like my favorite game on the Wii so far.
Oh well, the thing about Donkey Kong Country Returns is the one thing that disappointed me is that, that beautiful soundtrack of the underwater levels.
Yeah.
They fucked that up.
I know.
They fucked it up into a chase scene. It ruined the magic and the whole purpose of that soundtrack.
Okay, yeah, I understand about that one part, but
I
didn't want to let that ruin that.
And the enemy variety is too goofy to take seriously.
I don't know, man. Let a sound, something like
And
a soundtrack ruin your
couldn't
whole
even
game
play
experience.
I couldn't even play
Well,
Diddy
actually,
Kong.
about Okami's HD release, I don't know if you guys commented on it, but for the Wii version, the credits were botched up by Capcom.
Yeah, they were.
And in the
shocker.
PS3 version, it was even worse.
Well, I haven't been in it yet, so... But I've heard
Okay,
about...
well,
rant about
Capcom fucked something
Yeah.
up. Why is that surprising to anybody?
I know.
They fuck everything up, so you know.
it. Especially Mega Man.
Don't get me started. Anyway, so Slayer, do the honors.
All right, let's go to the third runner-up, and
Oh,
that
wait,
is-
wait, one more thing. For those who play Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, I hope that somebody actually did. What did you think about the game?
Did.
Huh?
Okay. It was okay.
I posted my thoughts on the forum, but it was okay. But I felt like I was being punished for playing single player.
Especially the snow level.
To tell you the truth, there's too many tower defense missions in that game.
Yeah, it didn't have any variety. That was the problem. But
Yeah, as a result, it did not win this platinum platform. I mean, no, God damn it! Platformer game of 2012.
yeah,
Well, putting that disappointment aside, let's go to the third runner-up. Dust and Elysian Tales, the third. Second is Jack and Daxter HD Collection, and the first runner-up is Fez, and the winner is Ratchet and Clank, the Ratchet and Clank Collection.
I know I'm gonna say this, but let me tell you something. Back in the day, Ratchet and Clank, PS2 era, it is better than anything that has been released in 2012, except one game. Come on, guys, you could have seen this a mile away. It's my favorite video game series of all time, and it had to be the winner. And
It had to.
It had to, because, oh my god, it's just like, that's the way. Okay, other than the Canadian version that most people are having glitches with, that is the way to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Not like Full Frontal Assault where they gave you the freaking, I don't know, freaking tower defense missions and no variety whatsoever. I'm telling you right now, I love this video game to no end. Anyway, moving on.
And don't worry, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time will win next year.
Oh yeah, I just want to say let's just put it as the winner this year. Maybe it'll come out faster. Never mind.
Well, it does come out February 5th in North America. That maybe we could include that this year. We'll do it by the Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
To be fair, the demo was good.
Yeah, the demo was good.
Okay,
It was
so
the best
let's
thing
put-
IGN.
Here we go,
It was the
winner,
best thing
Sly Cooper
IGN put.
Slide 4 demo.
Best demo.
Oh, by the way, didn't Ratchet and Clank Collection had the Sly 4 demo?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
so
did.
Give credit for Ratchet and Clank Collection for doing that.
To be fair, I could have bought the pass on eBay.
Haters. All right, moving on to.
Oh, okay. I have a guest with me. This is Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Talking into this magical waffle iron? Oh, just do it, Uncle. Yeah, whatever. Okay, role-playing game of 2012. Borderlands 2. One more thing. Dark Souls and Torius of the Abyss. One more thing. Diablo 3.
This is a long list, you know.
One more thing. Dragon's Dogma. No. That sounds like an interesting ingredient for one of my cheese spells. The Dogma of a Dragon. One more thing.
Oh, God.
Kingdoms of Amular. Reckoning. One more thing. The last story. One more thing. Legend of Grimrock. One more thing. Mario, stick a star. One more thing. Persona 4 Golden. One more thing. Torchlight 2. One more thing. The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, enhanced ingredients. One more thing. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh wait, I want to mention one thing. We are actually the only video game award that didn't put Mass Effect 3 in role-playing game of 2012.
I think that's a good reason.
Yeah, is there a good reason? I don't know.
Yeah, there is. It's because Spike has to, they got paid to put Mass Effect 3 on the list.
Yeah.
Yes. And we paid people to not put it on the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
People are paying me.
All right, moving on from that topic, let's talk about role-playing game of 2012. Who wants
Only
to talk
role-playing
about
game I played this year was Dragon's Dogma, and I have to say that game is amazing from what I've played.
Yeah, it's a lot better than what people, critics, score it to because I can't believe it. This is Japan's take on a Western style RPG, customization, decisions, and even, oh my goodness, epic boss fights that are similar.
It's like Shadow of the Colossus, sort of. You're not fighting huge giants, but like how you crawl around these huge like trolls and whatnot, like trying to find their weak points is pretty awesome. I like the party system too in this game. You get to create your own your own companion, and then you can go into this. This I forgot what it was called, but you go into this stone, and then you go pick other party members and whatnot. And it was just amazing how in depth the party system was compared to other RPGs I've played.
Yahtzee pretty much put it on the equivalent of pimping.
Okay, so any other RPGs that you guys want to mention?
No, it was just funny.
Oh no, I shouldn't ask that question because
I personally love Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh yeah?
What did you think I would say?
I don't know. Oh, I made a funny trivia earlier that in 2010 we put it in nominees as best Wii game, and then 2011 last year we put it as best Wii game because it finally released in Europe. And now we put it in the third time because it's finally released in North America.
I know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a confusing game.
Oh, yeah, truly.
No one knows where to put it.
Anyway, anybody else besides Cendoo having the urge to talk about Persona 4 Golden?
No, there's nothing left to say. It's just golden.
All right. So,
but what about Borderlands 2? We didn't really talk about much on that, did we?
I haven't played it, but it looks fun. I'm waiting for the Game of the Year edition for it to come out so I can just get all the DLC on a physical disc, so
yeah,
I don't have to worry about DRM.
I really did like the original Borderlands, the freaking campaign on single player, but oh my goodness. Borderlands 2, I remember a couple of guys in my dorm was playing it, and my goodness. There's a good reason why one of the guys had to drop out the school I was in because, oh my lord, Borderlands 2 was so addicting to them that they couldn't get anywhere. They couldn't. What the fuck are you guys doing? You're talking down this shit.
You're the one who chose not to disable the sound effect.
All right,
Okay.
no more.
No more, please.
Yeah, because I lost my track of what I want to say. Moving on.
Well, basically,
Talk
you
about
said
people
about
dropping out.
Oh my god, you guys are still doing this? All right, let's move on. Name the winners. Oh god.
Okay, Uncle, you gotta announce the winners. No, I don't want to do it. Come on, you want a piece of Uncle? No. Fine, I'll read it. Fifth runner-up, Borderlands 2. Never mock the cookie. One more thing. The fourth runner-up is Kingdoms of Amular. One more thing. Third runner-up, Diablo 3. One more thing. Second runner-up, Persona 4 Golden. One more thing. No more things. Bish posh. First runner-up, The Witcher 2: Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition. One more thing. Winner, Dragon's Dogma. That's it.
All right.
You picked it just for the name, didn't you?
No, because I did it because it's an underrated RPG that actually deserved it. I know
Yeah.
Slayer Master agrees with me 100%. Am I right?
Yeah, that's just the only RPG I've played this year, so that's why I'm only saying it's. I would just throw it out there.
All
And
right.
Witcher 2,
You know what,
Witcher
guys,
2
it's-
really
I'm
was
just gonna say
nothing
it.
more than a port.
I'm just gonna say it's made by Capcom, but it's the only good game that Capcom has made in a long time or has published. One of the two, I don't know, but
Oh, Phoenix, you're next.
Oh, yay!
Sandbox.
And unlike the previous award, I won't be doing a weird voice, other than my normal weird voice.
Maybe Donald Duck.
No, I can't talk that well in it. Well, I could always do your voice. A sandbox game of 2012. The nominees are Assassin's Creed 3, Borderlands 2, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, Sleeping Dogs, and Prototype.
Have any of you guys played Assassin's Creed 3 yet?
yeah.
Nope.
I know
Yeah.
Amelia played it, and he told us about the game. So, what do you guys think about Assassin's Creed 3?
Mass Effect
I like
3.
I like the assassin story, but Desmond's story I can care less about.
Nope.
I think it needs more. I think it needs more stabbing. Yeah, I didn't know that happened. I
What
didn't
is
know
it
that
with
happened. Thanks.
2012 and horrible endings?
Yeah.
Yeah, the games just can't end properly. None of them end properly.
Oh, at least maybe
Game's
Assassin's
ending
Creed
was
4
pretty
will
bad.
fix
It
that.
doesn't really matter if it was spoiled or not, and that's just me.
Nice. But what did you think about the overall experience playing as Connor?
The gameplay was really good. The combat was. I was actually surprised how challenging it was because in the other Assassin's Creed games, all you had to do was just counterattack and then they're dead. In this one, it's just you can counterattack, but it's not going to always work at times. So I was actually surprised how the combat was a little more challenging.
Who's the winners?
Oh, right. I'm
Phoenix?
supposed to say it. Sorry, I was away. I wasn't away from the computer, but I was looking at something else. All right.
Ooh la la.
No.
All right.
No. All right. Third runner-up, Sleeping Dogs. The second runner-up, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, the port. The first runner-up, Borderlands 2. And the winner is, shocker of shocks, Assassin's Creed 3.
Man, everybody was so waiting for Assassin's Creed 3 that is there ever going to be another sandbox game that can stand up against it, even despite its lackluster ending? No, we're talking about the freaking Revolutionary War here.
I know that.
At least until Skyrim shows up, or at least until the sequel to Skyrim shows up.
I know that I'm one of those theorists that say that Assassin's Creed is way too similar to the Sly series, but don't you think it's a little too much that they actually put in the ship battles from Sly 3 to Assassin's Creed 3?
Are they quite
No.
identical to one another?
Yep.
So
Really?
what is the fourth Assassin's Creed game going to be traveling through time and meeting and like Desmond meeting his ancestors?
Well, did
Oh
you just
wait,
ask-
he already did that.
Yes. So you're gonna ask about
Nice
Assassin's
one.
Creed.
What about Far Cry 3?
Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I heard that one was good.
Yeah,
That's
it
an
was
honorable
good. I
mention.
forgot to put that as a sandbox game because it played better as a sandbox than a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Fourth runner-up.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh, Raggedstar, it's your turn.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you get the
Sports.
sports. Yeah.
All these games are the same. There's no
Yeah.
difference between any of these.
Hey, why
Except
didn't you
Hot-
throw in Call
except
of
Hot
Duty?
Shots Go.
That's enough.
Throw in Call of Duty.
These are all EA games. The EA games should be forbidden from
There
being
is
part
not
of
a
Not all
single
of 'em.
EA game except NFL Blitz. Yeah, believe it or
Okay,
not,
so-
there's not a single EA game except NFL Blitz.
Can we move on?
Yeah, okay. Move on to the
Okay.
nominees, please.
Get these out
Okay,
of the way.
sports game of 2012. WWE 13. Hot Shots Golf World Invitational. NBA 2K13. NFL Blitz. NHL 13. UFC. Okay, I can't do this. You know what was a good game? Tokyo Jungle. That was a good game.
Was that released this year?
Yes.
Yeah, it was released this year.
Damn. That went under my radar fast.
Yeah, it became an underrated game.
Okay. Okay, UFC Undisputed 3. There.
Okay.
Yeah.
UFC.
Sports games. What can we say?
All right, let's put it down the winners.
Yeah.
Okay, winners. Third runner-up, Hot Shot Golf World International. Second runner-up, NBA 2K13. First runner-up, NFL Blitz. And the winner is WWE 13.
Yep. The reason why it wins is because it brought in the Attitude Era wrestlers. You know, like, let me see, D-Generation X, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Moving on.
And it's not NFL Blitz.
And there's no Fight Night title. The 1 year there's no new one.
I know you love boxing, Cendoo. I know you do.
Well, thank you for not putting UFC in the winners. Thank you.
All right, it is now time for the strategy game of 2012. Yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm here to tell you that you are puny. You're mine now. You belong to me. No more tushies. No more side quests. No more video games. Nothing. There is no bathroom. All right, strategy game of 2012. Awesome nuts. Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Gods and Kings. Sounds like my type of game. Stronghold 3, Golden Edition. Yeah, that sounds beauty to me. You last sound like a girly man. Total War, Shogun 2, Fall of the Samurai. Even more girlier than the girly man. And finally, XCOM, Enemy of the Unknown. Don't you mean Enemy Unknown? So, the winner is...
Cue sound effect.
All right, the winner is XCOM, Enemy Unknown. All right, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, guys. I am happy that this game has turned into a turn-based strategy game, which is what XCOM should have been. Because, you know, when they decided to put in the first person, when it was debuting out there, it was something like, you know, just imagine they could put Ratchet and Clank into a simulation game. That would be a punch in the balls for, you know, for every Ratchet and Clank fan, and that's how every XCOM fan felt when the decision was to make it into a first-person shooter. And then guys like the Spoony one had to speak out his voice and tell him,
Betrayal!
Betrayed me! This game sucks! Yes. And, you know, since then, you know, they listened to him, and you know what? You know what's really surprising about this game? It's really challenging, but disappointingly, it's not as customizable as the original XCOM UFO Defense all the way back in 1993. However, if this game was a first-person shooter, then it would definitely be remembered as the most disappointing game of 2012. But instead, since it turned back into a strategy game, we nominated for Game of the Year. Congratulations, 2K Games. You actually did something right for once.
Okay, awesomeness. So we're heading off to the stealth game of 2012. And here are the nominees. Assassin's Creed 3. Dishonored. Hitman. Absolution. Mark of the Ninja. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection.
And Sly Cooper 4 demo.
To be fair, there was no stealth in the demo. It was all platforming.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
we know that there was going to be stealth in the game. The best thing IGN's put on their channel in a long time was the 2 hours watching someone play Sly Cooper 4.
Yeah, that wasn't the demo, though. That wasn't the demo. The demo was actually just 10 minutes long.
Oh.
It was the circus section. Circus. It was the circus one with where Sly is jumping on like the horns to get up to Sir Gallen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was that one.
All right.
Anyways.
Let's name the winners.
Okay, the winners. Here's the third runner-up, and it is Hitman Absolution. Second runner-up, Mark of the Ninja, which I've heard that's also a pretty good game. First runner-up, Assassin's Creed 3. And the winner, Dishonored.
Yep. I mean, how could this not be the winner of stealth game of all time? I mean, of 2012. I mean, for crying out loud, you can play any way you wanted, and the power-ups that you get, BioShock style, was none other than just a huge upgrade. In fact, like I said earlier, Dishonored should have been BioShock Infinite, because, you know, the setting and the feeling and the similarities to BioShock. But anyway, yes, Cendoo, you're next.
Okay, third-person shooters. Oh, here we go. And the nominees are Max Payne 3, Hitman Absolution, Alfred, Ratchet and Clank HD Collection, again.
I bet that one's the winner.
Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault. Oh,
I bet that one's also in the running.
Yes, because Tower Defense and third-person shooter are the exact same thing. Starhawk, again, and Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Oh, that's a new one.
I've heard that one was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
because
it
didn't have
was.
Shia LaBeouf and Michael Bay stayed away.
Of course.
Oh, dear. Now, what's there to say? Most of these we've talked about like 3 times.
Except Transformers
one in
Revenge of,
particular
Fall
we've
of
talked a
Cybertron.
lot about.
One at a time.
All right, go ahead.
One in particular we've talked a lot about on this list, on this show.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now name the winners.
Third runner-up is Starhawk. Second runner-up, Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault. First runner-up is Max Payne, and the winner is dun. Ratchet and Clank HD Collection again.
I'm calling shenanigans on this list.
All right, so far,
Gosh, Kex.
so far, Ratchet and Clank Collection has won 3 awards, and you know what also won 3 awards?
Dishonored.
Yep.
I don't have any problems with Dishonored.
What? You're having problems with Dishonored too? What kind? Oh man.
What? No, I said I don't have problems with Dishonored.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do not. Anyways.
Sheesh, man.
All right, everybody, we are done with the second act of the Boochow 2012 Awards. All right, SuperWorldJumper, Jump 2. Well, that's a pun. Jump 2, Most Disappointing / Worst Game of 2012. You know what's funny? We put the happiest person to actually name the nominees here.
I got another guest with me.
Uh-oh.
It's Captain Haddock from Tintin. All right, this is Captain Haddock, and you lad lovers, these filthy video games that do not deserve any award whatsoever, except for the worst game of 2012. There we have Game of Thrones. I Am Alive. Kid Icarus Uprising. Filthy swine. Mass Effect 3. Ninja Gaiden. Ooh, Barnacles.
I didn't know there was a Ninja Gaiden 3.
Resident Evil 6. Blue Barnacles. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Reality Fighters. Billions of blue blistering barnacles. Ryzen 2 Dark Waters. Thousands of thundering typhoons. Silent Hill Downpour. Soul Calibur 5. Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Episode 2. That was a bad one. Xbox Connect. Every single one of them are blue blistering barnacles. Zombie U.
You know, I got another guess.
Xbox Connect.
Oh my god.
Wait, I didn't even know there was a Ninja Gaiden 3.
You didn't know?
It was so bad that it flew everybody's radar.
Yeah.
So Game of Thrones was a bad game?
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
why is Sonic 4 Episode 2 a disappointment? I mean, it was a step up from Episode 1, and people didn't even really like Episode 1.
Dude! Okay. Let me breathe. We're finally in the most disappointing / worst game of 2012. Fuck it! God damn, this game's of 2012. God damn! You know what's really humiliating about the list that we have for the most disappointing / worst games of 2012? It's even more than half of the nominees that we gave for Game of the Year 2012. Oh my lord!
And there's still a lot of bad ones out there.
Have we really stooped this low of how bad most of these mainstream games are? Of course, we're not stupid enough to act. I know most people are going to say, well, why didn't you put Cooking Mama 200 in the list? Well, that's because we're smart enough not to buy them. But instead, these are the games that promote the titles that we care about. Now, since Cendoo
Almost every single one of them is a sequel.
Yes! And you know what? They are so bad. Well, except Game of Thrones and I Am Alive. That's not a sequel. But they are so bad that it is a testament to see if they are even good titles using the title name. Lord almighty. Some of them are so bad that any game that has the same title automatically turned from good to terrible. Like Sonic the Hedgehog Episode 4. Oh my god. They didn't do anything creative with that game. They recycled the same shit that we seen in Episode 1. The same old Green Hill Zone. The same old casinos. It's just like, do we have to do this for the 100th time? 100th time! Oh man, let me get down to worse and worse games. Every Xbox Connect game. You have to think straight to actually put this in the list, all right? Because think about the pain and torture we had to go through sitting through the ads and the videos on YouTube and all over the internet promoting the Xbox Connect games. That was just makes you absolutely want to fucking vomit. My God, Dragon Ball Z Connect, Star Wars Connect.
Okay, that one deserves to exist for how ludicrously hilarious it is.
No!
Dancing Han Solo.
No! No!
What?
God, no! There wasn't even a good Xbox Connect game of 2012. I couldn't even believe that, Xbox Connect outsold the PlayStation Eye. The PlayStation camera and the motion controls that the PlayStation 3 was trying to promote. You know how much opportunities that add-on would have had? But no! Xbox Connect had to win, and we got shit like Hulk Hogan's wrestling, main event. We got shit like Survivor, Man vs. Wild, and it's just like headache after headache. It just made people who bought the Kinect look like fools. My God! Do you actually think that Microsoft is even concerned about the consumers? No! Just wait until we get to Xbox 7200 or the next gen console, and then they offer us crap games like Kinect. Fuck the Kinect, man. Fuck it. It was already bad enough that it was ripping off the iToy, and now they came up with titles that are worse than the iToy itself. What an accomplishment, Microsoft. Oh, wow. And even worse, we got 2 Resident Evil games in the most disappointing / worst games of the year. I don't know what's even worse, because we got Resident Evil 6, where it gives you a splitting headache so much that you feel dizzy with the damn shaky camera and feeling like you want to regurgitate because of the look and the feel and the ugliness of this game. But I don't know I don't know if it's even worse than Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, because this shit is supposed to be taking place between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Fuck no, it isn't. No, this is it had no zombies, and they had like impersonation of zombies. That don't give me that bullshit that they were zombies. No, they were fake ass zombies. No way they were zombies. This was terrible. It made the Resident Evil title look like it lost credibility to even consider itself as a good gaming franchise. And, you know, people complain, whine and bitch and moan about freaking Duke Nukem Forever. Well, guess what? I waited longer than Duke Nukem Forever for this title. Kid Icarus Uprising. Ugh! You didn't make this in a platformer. Instead, you made us jump up in the air and zoom forward. It was difficult to manage your platforming and landing zones. Oh my goodness, I died so many times falling in endless pits because I couldn't even manage my landing. That's something that Nintendo was so good at, and they fucked it up in this one.
Someone needs a hug.
Yes, and a glass of water.
Because, okay, let's just go to the losers. Because I got something to say about the predictable loser.
Cendoo, you have something to say?
No.
Much Gexup pretty
Go
much.
ahead, SuperWorldJumper. I still got one more inch of rage to go against the loser, because this is the game that made me stop playing video games for half a year.
Spoiler.
Yes. Go ahead, SuperWorldJumper. Name the losers.
Boy, Gexup, you're madder than Captain Cuthbert for Calculus when I called him acting the goat. Third runner-up, Xbox Connect. Second runner-up, Resident Evil 6. First runner-up, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon Center. And the loser, this carcankering cockaroo, this stipulatus dog, this fancy dress fantasist, this gallows father, this incongruous idiot, this kleptomaniac cowie cockaroo, and this lily-livered landlubber of just this nanny goat, this horrible, this saucy tramp, this technocrat, this weevil, this Zapotec, this... It's just bad. It's really, really bad. Mass Effect 3.
Fuck! There is absolutely no excuse why this game had to be disappointing. Don't you give me that shit that you say that, oh, you have to buy the DLC to actually have the good ending. Well, newsflash for you folks. If you put a lipstick on a pig, it's still a fucking pig. They abandoned the role-playing aspect. They took away the best characters in Mass Effect 2 in your clan just for the sake that they can be side characters and not in your clan. You got less characters in your clan. You got a freaking Jersey Shore wannabe, and you also got a fucking Edie who became a character. She's supposed to be just the ship's AI, but no, they had to put her in a character and made her fuck Joker. This is creepy as hell. And even
I
worse,
actually didn't mind that much, but I always liked Joker, so I wanted Joker to
and
get
even worse, all it is nothing but shooting and go from point A to B, no role-playing whatsoever. I guarantee it. It doesn't even matter what class you chose. What's the shit frosting all over this game is that everything you've done in the previous Mass Effect game doesn't even matter. It was ingenious to put Mass Effect 1 and your save data to Mass Effect 2 and carry on your adventure. And then when you finally poured in Mass Effect 3, first thing, it said it could not carry on what your character looked like, and you had to recreate it just because you did not re-edit it from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2. That right there was already telling me that this was going to be going downhill from here on out. And even worse, all the decisions that you made did not even matter. It did not even add anything or lose anything in your progression to this towards the conclusion. And oh my god, the conclusion was so terrible that it could not even be it could not even be considered an ending. It should be considered like Betrayal 101. This is blasphemy that this is even considered a video game that had approval to be released. My goodness. EA, I blame every single one of you guys in that corporation for ruining the everything that was so special about Mass Effect 1 and 2 for the sake of going mainstream and defeating the purpose of giving us an awesome experience. You already destroyed Pandemic. You already destroyed Oddworld Inhabitants. You already are in the edge to destroy Insomniac if this upcoming game that you guys are producing is not going to sell well. And I hate every single one of you guys who is working in EA to actually cause the most unholy thing I have ever seen in my life. You know what? The more I think about this game, the more I loathe Mass Effect 3. I loathe every single one of the moment of this game because this game is nothing but sheer dissatisfactory. This should, don't even throw it in the garbage. You know what you should do? Throw it in the sun. Take it out of existence and make sure that we can just move on with life. Because Mass Effect 3 was so bad, I could not even pick up another game because I know I have that urge in the back of my spine that the game developers are going to screw me over and make me pay for more DLC because they don't think that the legit game is good enough. Congratulations, EA.
At least until Mass Effect 4 comes out.
Congratulations, EA. You have made me break down psychologically, emotionally, and most importantly, physically. You know what? As much as I really hated Mass Effect 3, at least we got some good games of 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, after me finishing ranting right now, it is time to announce to the final award of this award show. It is
the Game of 2012.
All right, guys. After a long ass of recording, we are finally in the video game of 2012. This is how we're going to do. Each of us individually will be naming the nominees from me to TMcBee, Cendoo to Slayer to SuperWorldJumper to Phoenix to Raggedstar. So is everybody ready?
Ready. Yep.
All right. And here are the nominees for Video Game of 2012. Assassin's Creed 3.
Black Mesa.
Borderlands 2.
Darksiders 2.
Diablo 3.
Dishonored.
Dragon's Dogma.
Fez.
Guild Wars 2.
Halo 4.
Jak and Daxter Collection.
Journey.
Good. Max Payne 3.
Persona 4 Golden.
PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
Ratchet and Clank Collection.
Trial Evolution.
Try to Descend.
Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition.
XCOM Enemy Unknown.
All right, everybody. We are this close to finishing the Boochow 2012 awards. I gotta say, thank you very much for joining me this far, everybody.
No problems.
No problem.
Yeah, you have to be honest, man. Can't fake it.
So, everybody, what do you think about the video game of 2012?
We haven't announced the winners yet. Oh, the video game.
The runner-ups.
I'm asking you, what do you think about the nominees?
Yeah, what do you...
Oh, I think they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it was a very long list.
Yeah, it's pretty long, but
just good.
As I'm staring at the winner, I'm surprised that that's the winner and not the other name that was answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Surprising on the lack of Walking Dead in this list.
Sorry, Walking Dead wasn't that amazing to me. I mean, I prefer reading the comic book while I can just predict what's going to happen in the adventure game scene, where it's like, I don't know, there's too much QuickTime events, and the progression of the game was just, I don't know, pretty standard. It's just like, it's a zombie apocalypse. What do you expect?
And if the Spike VGA says it's the best game of the year, then we know it has to be wrong.
I agree with Phoenix 100%. But anyway, before we name the winners of Game of the Year 2012, I was just wondering, I'm going to go individually, each by name. What is your favorite game of the year 2012? Let's start with TMcBee.
Even though this may not count because it's an HD version, but I'm going to go with Okami HD. Like, I've been playing that so much. Like, and it was a game I couldn't really get into on the PlayStation 2, but man, I'm having an experience on the PlayStation 3. Like, I haven't been in it, but I just couldn't stop playing it.
Good girl.
As much as a lot of these I want to say, like Guild Wars 2, but I just haven't played them yet, so I can't, and I don't know, I don't want to pick a collection, so possibly either Persona 4 or, yeah, I'll just say Persona 4, why not? Be predictable.
I would have to say Assassin's Creed 3. Just the, main assassin story, just knowing that I know this American history pretty well, made me feel comfortable with this game more, Since the other games in the series were good, but, I just didn't know the story, none of the historical characters in those other games. But this one, I just know all the historical characters and events I go on, so,
I'd have to say, the game I've been looking forward to most this year was Assassin's Creed 3, but I'd probably have to go with the Ratchet & Clank collection, just because Ratchet & Clank is my favorite series of all time.
Journey, 100%.
I was about to say, what was that name of that game? Oh, Tokyo Jungle. That's something we forgot to put in the
Tokyo
list.
Jungle was a good game, like a surprisingly good game, but it wasn't it's not necessarily a number one kind of pick, if you catch my drift.
Well, this is going to be a tough pick because,
It's your list.
we got to name the nominees. I got to think about everybody else before naming an award show, because the Boochow Radio Podcast is not only my video game podcast, but it's everybody in the community's podcast, where we just represent you guys. Tell you about like how much we want to speak out our voice, since the the mainstream video game reviewers and mainstream video games will not like even mention games like Dragon's Dogma, Guild Wars, or it was lucky to see Journey to be mentioned. Also, I can't believe mainstream video games also forgot Black Mesa and Jack and Daxter collection and Ratchet and Clank collection. They overlooked PlayStation Battle Royale, which was even though it could have been more, I like it just the way it is. It can definitely be better when Sony decided to make a sequel. Oh boy. So, are we guys ready to name the winners of Game of the Year 2012?
Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
The anticipation is really going wild.
It's getting intense.
Well, I guess I'm going first.
And now, everybody, here are the winners of Game of 2012.
Sixth runner-up, Persona 4 Golden.
Fifth runner-up, Dragon's Dogma.
Fourth runner-up, Assassin's Creed 3.
Third runner-up, Journey.
Second runner-up, Dishonored.
First runner-up, Ratchet and Clank HD Collection.
And the winner of Game of the Year 2012 is Guild Wars 2!
Yay.
No interesting about that game? It's like you were back.
We're all becoming the next WoW fanboys.
Alright, everybody. I'm going to have to mention again, Guild Wars 2 is something that every game developer needs to take note in order to satisfy tortured gamers like me. Guys who've been screwed over paying DLC, guys who screwed over to pay more money than they already bargained for.
Particularly MMO.
And guys who actually needs great service when playing. Guild Wars 2 is the game that offered everything that needed to be done for not only MMOs, but in gaming in general. This is a huge step for gaming because, oh my lord, I cannot describe how highly interactive, how engaging, and how much things you can do here in Guild Wars 2. I'm telling you right now that all the praise towards Guild Wars 2 is clearly deserved. I'm really shocked to say this, but this game has entered in my top 50 favorite games of all time.
No
I
way.
mean, top 10?
Not top 10, but just at least top 50. Because if I do a top 10, I would mention Guild Wars 2 for actually making me this happy. And I will have to say, ArenaNet has truly delivered something that I never seen in gaming before. I was so impressed with the technology, the gameplay, the variety, and the massive world. I know that they're going to offer some more expansion packs in order to expand the Guild Wars 2 franchise, and I'm happy that you don't have to play. You don't have to pay any more than what you already paid $60 to play Guild Wars 2 as of now. And oh my goodness, it's just like each class has their individual story. Each race has their individual story. Each progression that the players chooses is a different experience. I'm telling you right now that if you're one of those individuals that are thinking about buying Guild Wars 2, buy it. And if you already bought it, if you show me the name of your account, maybe I'll be more than likely to join with you on your journey. Because me and High Wings were playing this game so much that words cannot describe how happy I was that something's in the modern day gaming exists. You gotta thank High Wings 89 for actually bringing me back to video games when he told me to get Guild Wars 2. I was hesitant to even pick this up because I know I had that feeling in the back of my spine that, I might have to pay more than I bargained for and get screwed over with a bad ending. But no! Guild Wars 2 offered so much, it made World of Warcraft look like shit in comparison.
More so than usual.
I know it's a pretty bold statement for me to say that because I know so many people have spent the majority of their lives playing World of Warcraft, but you gotta move on with life. You gotta realize that, what you've been playing in World of Warcraft is not as good as what everybody proclaims it to be. And something like Guild Wars 2, they actually step up and say that this is not what gaming should be. This is how gaming should be done. And for that, I am more than proud to award Guild Wars 2 the game of 2012. End of story. So, are any of you guys planning to get Guild Wars 2?
If it ever PC, I will most definitely
Eventually.
check it out.
If I ever get my own computer, yeah.
I can scrape together the money, then sure.
Maybe this summer, I will, because I'm going to go up to Alaska and work up there for over the summer, hopefully, and I'll earn enough money.
That's all we have to say here in the Boochow Radio Podcast in this episode. Anything else? Final thoughts?
So no mailbag?
No, it's impossible.
So tired.
Okay, good.
This is the last time you have to mention Mass Effect 3, because next year it won't matter anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Mass Effect 4.
There's
Wait,
gonna be
they're coming out with a 4?
Of course
They're coming out with a 4.
A 4 that does not star Shepard.
They're just going to milk the series dry till they can't make any more money off of it, so...
I thought it was a trilogy.
They're gonna
It
get
was, in the same sense that Halo was supposed to be a trilogy.
They lied to us that it was supposed to be a trilogy, but instead they just want to milk out more and become less RPG and more
Shooter?
and more stupid.
Well, Halo was supposed to be a trilogy, remember that?
Yeah, I know, but I don't care. I'm happy that Guild Wars 2, exists and made me come back to play video games.
I'm not surprised that Guild Wars 2 won. I mean, Sly Cooper himself backed it up. Yeah, I listened to
I
him.
know you're obsessing Sly 4, man.
I know. Seriously, the voice of Sly Cooper, Kevin Miller, he has his own podcast, and he loves Guild Wars 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that podcast called?
The second funniest podcast. It's
Ooh,
a video
shout
game
out.
podcast.
Shout out, Gex. Give him a shout out.
Shout out.
Say the name to do it.
So, any other final thoughts before we close down this episode?
No.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
All right.
Let's hope that 2013 becomes better than 2012.
Yeah.
It already will
No,
be
like-
Sly Cooper 4.
I am glad that the world has not ended.
Hope that-
Yeah, me too.
So
I am
very-
disappointed at the lack of Last Guardian in this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just.
Yeah, it's one of those times. But anyway, guys, stay tuned for the next episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast.
Boochow! Boochow, I tell you what.